So yeah, we'll pick it up there. Transfer you guys over to the Foundry sheet, the Foundry Tavern sheet. There we
go. So as we get out of the muck and everything, Morgana's gonna take a peek. Any sign that the torch relit?
No.
Balls.
The townsfolk have momentarily forgotten about that. They'll get back to that, but right now they're absolutely thrilled that he's alive. Even though he's not talking, they're like, "Well, he'll recover. He's a tough one." They're pretty hopeful. Yeah, Joram will definitely say. Well, Joram has skills. Let's just make him roll them. Play by the rules, Joram. You old coot. Boom. Yeah, Joram says that he is damaged in ways that I can repair, but I don't understand the malady. I don't understand what caused it, so I'm not sure how long my...
Have we told Joram about the thing that said like arcane suppression? Maybe we should tell him, see if he knows anything about that.
It was mentioned by the muck, but you guys can make a knowledge engineering check and
yeah, I'll go ahead.
Perhaps guide him. Well, Morgana remembers looking at his chart and seeing that he was injected with nanites. And nanites can affect biologicals, or they can be designed to affect robotic entities, but they're basically robots so tiny that you don't even think of them as robots. Like nanites is a separate word in Androphen from robot because they're not the same, even though they kind of are. So Morgana can explain to Joram, she can attempt to explain the concept of nanites, I guess.
So Kala, I assume, said that he has space aids.
Space aids was Tokala's take on it. Okay. You know what? That's not wrong. It is a disease. It is, in fact, the disease.
From space.
But Joram is doing things to detect the presence of diseases, poisons, toxins, curses, and coming up with nothing. Is what you guys, Gavrilo and Morgana in particular, notice that the spells he's casting are all to detect the presence of diseases, curses, and it's not detecting anything.
Okay. So do we see any scars on Connor? Like,
oh hell yeah, he's covered head to toe in various little cuts and incisions and probes.
I really hope we don't have to fantastic journey this.
I don't get the reference.
A fantastic voyage. Shrink can go inside of his body to fight them.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I was on the edge of... I was on the edge of buying. Some artist has made a really cool battle map pack of inside a person battle maps.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. And yeah, you guys may get to go up somebody's butthole someday. Look forward to that. Fly through their brain and out their armpit.
I can't wait.
Whatever. So Morgana explains that there are lots of little tiny things inside him. Joram says, it sounds like a disease, but I don't see any other evidence of a disease. He asks if he looks at Morgana and Gavrilo if they asked if they think a removed disease would affect it.
I think that probably the nanites inside him are what's preventing it from working. We might need to figure out a way to either get them out or disable them.
I could throw a bomb at him.
Wow.
To remove the nanites.
Wow. I mean, They would probably be damaged in the blast.
Probably,
Okay.
I think so. And then Jorm could heal him after the nanites are destroyed.
We'll call that Plan C, says Joram. Val's just looking very worried, holding his hand and looking back and forth at you guys.
Does Morgana know of any way to suppress the nanite? Or get rid of them?
Well, like all of your robots, they do share a vulnerability to electricity.
Yeah, I don't have any electricity
You
abilities at this
don't,
point.
but I think one of us here might.
Val
Looks
says,
over
I
at
do.
Val.
She says,
Yeah.
I do, but I'm afraid I'd kill him.
I mean, I hate to say this, but maybe we gotta head back down there. If they figured out how to disease him, maybe there's a way to cure him. I mean, there was a lot of crazy shit down there. We kind of ran out of there in a hurry.
Okay, Tokala is just asked to stand in the hallway after that. After he offers fermented urine as the solution.
I think that we might have learned all there is to learn for the most part from that place. I don't think. Unless there's a tool to get it out. I think maybe.
Yeah, I think Val could try the shocking grasp. I mean, we do have a high level healer or high powered healer here on hand should she hurt her father.
Okay.
I tried to diplomacy Val, I guess.
Just think the words non lethal really hard when you do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but weren't there like 3 other levels
There
to
we
that
go.
place?
And plus I get +2 Rachel, so it's 23. She's humanoid.
There were, but I don't know if there's any way to get to those levels.
True.
You do. That's also a knowledge engineering check for anyone who wants to roll because the elevator was broken.
Yeah, I'll roll.
Remember, the elevator had a strangely colored indicator. Your interpretation of it is that it could originally go to 5 different decks.
Hmm.
According to the display, 2 of those decks are just not there anymore. Another one is completely crushed, inaccessible, and another one is possibly accessible, but the elevator is itself damaged and would need to be fixed.
So we might be able to go to another section, but it would not be anytime soon.
We do, yeah, I agree we need to go down there eventually. Still matters to attend to with the torch. But whether that'll help us to fix Connor, I'm not sure.
Well, Val says, anyone who can offer any protective spells for my dad, I would appreciate it right now.
I'm
And you see her sort of
so
start
out of spells.
focusing and crackling with energy. And the hair on your arms and neck stands on end. She powers up a little bit. But then she seems to sort of try to relax and slow her breathing and reduce the intensity of it and try to just barely reach out and touch him. And Joram reaches out and touches his other hand because he doesn't understand electricity. And you see Connor like flex, like full arched back, arms, legs flailing, and Joram gets thrown over on this end table and chair. And
No. We just killed Dorm.
And no, he's okay, but his hair, he now looks like the Doc from Back to the Future. He has just wild hair standing on end. And he appears to have managed to cast a spell. You all felt sort of a wave of energy hit you as Val did that. And Joram begins, as soon as that's he channeled positive while she shocked him. And as soon as that was done, he turned and started casting easy spellcraft check will tell you it's remove disease. And he says a prayer, does the verbal somatic components, and you see him sort of do this rise with his hands over Connor, rising them up in the air. And first you see nothing coming out, but then you see little glinting particles of looks like very shiny dust getting pulled out of Connor's body, and you see sort of little blood splotches and other things appearing on his skin, and Val looks kind of panicked. And the little ball of dust compiles into a tiny little ball so small that Joram appears to lose sight of it and just sort of drops it, and then puts his hands back on Connor and channels positive again.
Whoa.
Nomketh is just kind of perched on the edge of a chair, eyes really, really wide, and like hands on his knees, just seemingly enraptured by what's going on.
Morgana will take a leather scrap and use it to put into his mouth so he doesn't bite his fucking tongue off.
Who, Nomkath or Connor?
Sure.
Nomkath seems pretty excited. Well, you go to sort of restrain him from hurting himself, and he actually very feebly bats the belt away and appears to actually look at you for a second, and then he looks over at Val and just whispers. She holds his hand and gets close to him and says, "He's awake. Dad, it worked."
I got it worked. Good, I didn't want to go back down there anyway. Place is nuts down there. Are you kidding me?
Well,
Some interesting stuff.
Joram casts 2 or 3 more spells. He does a bunch of restorations as all of Connor's stats are reduced to 3s and 4s. Joram actually does 2 or 3 spells and then says, I can do no more. I need to rest myself. And Connor is asleep, snoring now, where he wasn't before. He was just kind of shallow breathing. So positive change, but he's still unconscious.
Okay.
That was quite the thing. I mean, I'm glad he's dealing better.
Was it the urine thing that I suggested?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people do that when they run out of liquor on the trail, Seen a guy drink a camel's piss, but I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think they do that kind of thing around these parts.
Regardless of who is drinking whose fluids, I think it's best we rest for the day and see what he has to say tomorrow. We're not going anywhere like this.
Rest is a good idea, I think.
Okay. Well, you guys all have rooms for free. And a meal is prepared for you. You guys can go have dinner in the tavern. Drinks are on the house.
Now we're talking.
Morgana's just gonna, while everyone else is doing that and engaging in any kind of revelry, she's gonna slink off and search around to see if anyone's selling any spell scrolls.
Okay.
And Gavrila's keeping an eye on. Can I see Connor's room from where we're eating and stuff?
The tavern's pretty far away from this, but Val's staying with him.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was in the tavern. My bad.
It's just across the courtyard. It's 30 feet away. It's not far.
Okay. So through the night, he's gonna see if he ever looks in there and Val's not there.
Mm-hmm.
Then he might just check a little bit before he goes to sleep because he wants to sneak in and talk to Connor alone.
Okay.
But if she's there, he'll just won't bother.
Okay.
McGinnis will basically sidle up to the bar and start telling stories about his awesome exploits to anyone who might be interested and might think that he's kind of a cool heroic type, kind of a blowhard, but if anyone's listening, he'll start going off about, yeah, so then, we came around the corner and what's right in front of us but these two shiny things with these pincher arms and these little sharp little daggers, and I whipped out old Thunder here and bam, one goes down, bam, another goes down, etc., etc.
Are people enthralled by his stories?
Not so much so far.
Oh man.
Are you just slightly exaggerating, or are you like stealing all the glory kind of thing?
No, not stealing the glory, but certainly like not talking about the time that he was down to one hit point and blood pooling up in his boots, and not the 3 times he missed in a row. None of the misfires. Mainly just the awesome parts when he was blowing holes in guys' skulls.
All right. So Namkath behaves then and doesn't call you out on your bullshit.
I appreciate that.
Because he did it all innocently. He's like, well, that's not how I remember it.
Well, I mean,
Nah,
you
he's
got off in the back at that one point, but that guy was right up in my face, man. I pretty much had this barrel down his throat.
Now, like I say, if as long as you're keeping it to a minor exaggeration, he doesn't burst your ego.
A certain
for
amount of
letting him have
exaggeration is
Yeah,
healthy.
expected.
It's fine. All right, so you guys have a nice meal in the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
You can roll. Let's just have a perception check from everybody, or a heal check if you've actually bought it and it's not untrained.
Do you want me to make it? Since Morgana didn't stick around.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't? Did you come for food?
No, she wouldn't.
Okay. Then no.
Yep. It's not efficient.
Gavillo, Bits made dinner or served you guys dinner and beer, and she didn't look like she was feeling very well.
I go ask her and settle up to the bar and say, hey, I noticed you looking a little ill. Everything okay here?
She's sort of slightly squinting. She says, I've just had the worst headache all day, and it's like getting worse. I'm going to go to bed early.
Remember? I asked her if she was hungover.
No. She says, I'm a bartender. I don't get hungover.
Interesting. Anyone else sick? Or I guess you just bad day, woke up on the wrong side of the bed?
Since we've been closed, I don't really know. No one's been in, and I haven't been out much. But,
All right.
I'm the
you
only
feel
one
better.
here. I if it's food poisoning, only I got it.
Yeah. Well,
She
cheers.
says, there's nothing wrong with our food.
Cheers, mate. No, I can tell.
Okay,
It's delicious.
good.
And then I just say cheers and
Okay.
wish her to feel better.
Well, you guys can, you eat, you rest. You can actually click rest on your sheets. We can fast forward to the next morning. Unless you have
Is
anything
Val-
else you want to do.
I go out in the courtyard, see if Connor's alone.
Tonight, she doesn't leave his side. She's she's asleep on the floor next to his bed.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I'll just leave him be.
Okay. So,
Any chance anyone was selling spell scrolls?
oh yes, let me go check the town
I just
info.
see the shops. Can I just click on the things there?
Oh, on the main
Temple Bride and
screen?
Dolga? Yeah.
Temple of Bra, yeah, whatever's in there is for sale, but that's mostly divine stuff.
Right.
Guinness needs to do a little shopping too.
Oh yeah, I already moved on to my character sheet, but yeah, I went to go buy some arrows.
Yeah,
I'd
my I have a mod that adds some features to the loot shops. Normally they would have your 20% discount calculated, but currently they do not. So if you see those prices, you can knock 20% off.
Oh wow, we can go into these shops and
Yeah,
see
cool.
what there is to
Yeah.
buy.
That's exactly what Dolga has, and that's exactly what Joram has at the Temple of Bry.
Whoa,
Hmm.
that's cool. Was it to whom did I speak? Was it Joram who took a couple? No, it was. I gave some bullets to someone to kind of.
Dolga. She's made you
Dolga.
some more. She made you 20 more bullets.
Abadar be praised. I better go pick those up.
She was there. She brought him as you guys were standing around Connor's bed. She handed you a little bag. She handed you a little pouch of bullets and then another smaller pouch of bullets. And she says, "These are an experiment. There's only 5, but they're cold iron."
Well, I'm mighty obliged to you. I will put them to good use and report back.
She says, "You know what that means, you dumb hick. It works for certain creatures. Ask the wizards, they'll tell you."
Yeah. I know. Got
All right,
it.
all right.
Good.
Just don't go shooting about anything. That's a waste.
Yeah, of course not.
All
He
right.
says,
I'll
not knowing anything about them.
All right. I'll make you some more.
Much obliged.
Okay.
So if I don't see arrows in the shop, does that mean I actually can't find any arrows?
Now, arrows are available at the general store. Easy peasy.
Okay, cool.
I
Got blood.
actually have a small question because we have somebody that uses guns, right?
Yeah.
How available is ammo?
He's
for a
having
gun?
it. He's having it made. Currently, there's no
Yeah.
gunsmith in town other than him.
I have a spell that makes them too.
Do you? Cool.
Yeah, there's a spell that just makes ammunition.
Oh, cool.
Well.
I didn't take it yet, but I could.
Could come in
Eventually.
handy. I'll try and keep myself locked and loaded so we don't have to worry about that. You know, give them enough time, I can manufacture quite a bit of this stuff.
I am gonna buy 2 scrolls off of the Bry shop and eat them.
How do I see the price of the scrolls?
Oh, it's there. It's under value.
It's under gear. Yeah, value.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be picking up the scroll of detect metal and a scroll of celestial healing.
Okay.
So when I open,
That's 40 gold.
it's opening like a character sheet again. Is it not supposed to look like that?
Yeah, it shouldn't look like a character sheet for you. It should look like a loot sheet. Very strange. You might want to reload your foundry. Just make sure that it switches to the right sheet. Okay.
Did we get paid?
Well,
Well, we weren't doing it for that.
No, but did we get paid?
not yet. You have not been paid yet. I'm trying to find.
Yeah, it's still a character sheet for me. I logged out. And
The Temple of Bry shop
the
is,
items in inventory. Yep.
or the Dolga's Foundry shop. Which one is busted?
Both of them.
Okay. I don't know why
Not
that's
for me.
happening.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's
Let
working for
me
me.
let me check permissions.
Yeah, they look like characters for me too.
Okay. Let me just redo both of their permissions. This might scoot you around on the screen. Changing permissions often does. See if that changes them.
No, it's still extra sheets.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try this. Let me just reset them from the original sheet to this. And this. I'll just completely cycle them. Okay, try them now.
Yep, now it looks good.
Yeah.
Boy. The loot mod just kind of died this week. It just quit working, so it sort of fixed all of the weird shit with Foundry. Pathfinder 1 loot boxes. Okay.
Is the time accurate?
Yeah, it's pretty late at night. I was gonna fast forward to morning though, if you guys are ready.
Yeah.
Oh, there
Yeah.
is one more thing. That word travels through town really quickly, and right as you guys are finishing dinner, it's. Let's see. Let me back it up. It's actually not quite this late. But yeah, as you guys are finishing dinner at like 10 p.m. or so, a runner shows up to the foundry and brings 6 red envelopes.
We've
And
all been the ball.
and they have a very cool looking little shiny silvery glob of looks like wax, but wax made of silver that seals them shut, and it's imprinted with, you're pretty sure, an actual silver disc, like an actual silver disc seal on it. And the runner says, "These are for the heroes that rescued Connor." And he runs off.
Oh.
Fancy.
I open it up.
Yeah, crack that open.
Yeah, and pocket the silver.
It is an invitation to a local casino called Silver Disc Hall. And due to your heroic efforts on behalf of the City of Torch, you are each granted 100 gold credit to gamble.
No,
All right.
yeah.
Looks like a good time.
Gavrilo asked if anyone wants to go gamble.
I
Now.
don't know. I've
Or-
never gambled before. Mom always said I had to watch my money and not do anything foolish with it.
Oh, that's okay. We'll show you the ropes, youngin.
Yeah, I'll watch it for you. You can give me your credits.
Oh,
I'll take
Whoa, rule number 1. Keep the money in your own pocket.
Wow.
yeah.
What is rule number 2? If
Don't
I'm
talk
go-
about rule number 1.
Always bet on black.
Interesting. I will do this.
I take the call outside and say, "Don't listen to the imbecile. He's giving you bad advice."
The only betting I've done is on the horse racing.
Yeah, I might be good at that. Seeing which horse is best.
Anyone ever heard of this Silver Disc Hall? I didn't see any kind of fancy gambling parlor on the way in.
Now that you mention it, neither did I.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
It's
you'll.
in a part of town you've never explored.
Are we somewhere where I can ask Val or Bits about it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're still. I backed this up, so you guys could
Oh, well,
think
damn
more.
it. Rolled horrible on the actual public roll, so I was gonna see if I might have heard of anything about it.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, I rolled a 14, but I rolled it to myself, so I
Never
figured-
heard of it.
Yep.
Bit says,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's this big gaudy monstrosity, like 5 blocks west of here."
Honest place, fair tables, fair rules, or rob you blind.
Would I know anything about it having lived here for a few years? Also,
For
hello.
sure. You know.
Hello.
Hello,
Glad you woke up.
Toast.
I passed out again.
Well,
I'm awake now.
you must have needed to.
Yeah.
Sort of a good thing.
Well, they're just having dinner after, celebrating bringing Connor back, and they made some progress in healing him, though he's still not talking. And they just got, including you, each of you just got a coupon for 100 gold credit at a gambling casino in this town. That is a shock to everyone that it even exists, but Bit says it's a gigantic, gaudy monstrosity. I don't know where, it's such a huge, it's unbelievable that it's here. It's just ludicrous. But a lot of rich people come through here to use the torch. So that's probably what keeps it going. Is the mercenaries that come with them as bodyguards like to go there.
Can we just cash out the 100 gold? Because I'm an idiot that hits on 15.
I was told to bet on black.
Also, don't hit on 15.
You could potentially cash out you could go there and turn it into chips, and then turn the chips into gold, and probably take really no hit on that.
I'd like to go and see what type of games they have at least.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go celebrate, man. We done good here, team. We pulled it out alive.
I'll just remind you that this is before the spellcasters have rested.
Yeah, no, Morgana's not going just yet.
Okay.
Just because she
rests on my sheet, but that's fine. I'll assume I didn't rest.
Okay. We will go to Silver Disc Hall. And I'm bringing you to Morgana just so your foundry's not completely dark for the next.
Yeah, no worries.
For this segment.
She just
it's ominous.
Yeah, needs a rest.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck, everybody.
Looks like a good time.
I don't know.
So yeah, would I know what kind of reputation this place has, other than just gaudy and a tourist trap?
It is a nice casino. It's a wealthy and successful and well-staffed and very secure casino. But it's also a casino. People go there to just some people have no ability to moderate. They just go there to destroy themselves. Some go for the drinks. It's the best place in town to catch music or entertainment because the owner puts on really, any good traveling bards go perform there.
Do you have any magicians?
Occasionally. Standing out here on the street, the sounds you're probably hearing, or maybe you don't hear until you're closer, it sounds like there's stringed instruments being played.
But by and large, Skate, this place is on the up and up. I mean, we're not talking about any kind of underground mob run sort of operation where we're all going to end up in a back alley somewhere with our knuckles broken, right?
Bit says,
or in a bathtub full of ice? No, we should be good.
Bit says, I definitely wouldn't steal or start a fight there. The owner is one of the more influential people in Torch. And he's probably the most powerful person in town other than the town council.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. I'm just looking for a good time. I just want to make sure everyone's on the level. And with that, he'll try and, stash his pistol in the back of his waistband or something, maybe where no one will see it, in case they're confiscating weapons.
Okay.
Gaith laughs at the concept of never being armed.
Exactly.
Wait, is it an improvised weapon if you pistol whip somebody?
Not at third level.
I'm just wondering if I can conjure a gun that doesn't function as a ranged weapon.
Yeah, at this point he's not able to really put out a lot of damage with the pistol whip yet. But yeah, he'll swagger on in.
Morgana's astral projection will as well.
Okay. You are approaching this beautiful casino with its just shining lights, and in the front to meet you is this man, Garmin Ulrith. And he is a tall, handsome human with a full beard, mustache, and a rapier on his hip, and he says, You are the heroes that rescued Connor. Welcome to my establishment. I hoped you'd come. I didn't know you'd come instantaneously. But that is the best possible result of my gamble. Ha!
Yeah, well,
Gamble, huh?
much obliged for the invitation. We're looking forward to seeing what you got going on here.
Oh, please partake. He says, here, let me take those coupons. And he just reaches into his pockets and pulls out 100 gold chip for each one of you and just hands it to you. He says, I'll change those for you. Welcome. I'm so glad you've come. Please make yourselves at home.
I don't think I've ever seen this much money in my whole life.
This place is full of smiths who traveled to Torch to work and then couldn't. So it's really full. And there's gambling going on everywhere. There's beautiful women that are from Skaith could tell you, the nearby brothel. Not that Skaith goes there, but you lived here, so you know all about it.
Big thumbs up.
He knows it by reputation only.
By
you know,
reputation
a
only.
friend of a friend.
And you see a card table just right next to McGinnis that has no players currently, and the dealer nods to you as you guys kind of eyeball it. But there's plenty of other tables. He says, welcome to the Silver Disc.
What do you say,
Yeah.
Nomcath? You want me to show you the ropes?
Well, I mean, sure, if you're willing.
Walk this way, son. And he swaggers over to that table and sits down.
It's your little woman.
Too bad Morgan is actually not there, because this would have been a perfect opportunity for me to lean over to her and say, do I really have to walk like that?
Wow. Excellent.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not an efficient use of time.
What is their policy on counting cards at this fine establishment?
Well, Skaith, you've heard of people who come in here and lose everything. You've heard of people who come in here and steadily lose. You've heard of people that come in here and win a few hundred gold and then are asked to leave.
Okie dokie.
It's only cheating if you get caught.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kala puts his chip down. 100 on black.
Holy shit. You're going to put it all on one roll?
Always bet on black. That is what I was told.
Okay, well, there is no black, sir. This is a card game. But
Well, no, he's over at the...
oh, you went to the roulette. Oh,
Yeah.
Kala went straight to roulette. Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
Holy shit. You know the odds? All right.
Put 50-50 for that, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's
49 or whatever.
It's definitely
How many
49.
green zero spaces do they have?
The best odds you're ever going to get in a casino are, 49, 51. Probably not going to get that, but let's see. I'm going to use this guy's card dealer skill. Not that it's super hard to run a roulette game, but he runs it properly. He runs it legit. And let's see how you do. Let's give me a 1 to 20 roll. You don't have any luck bonuses you could add in, do you?
I don't think I have any luck to.
You don't have any
this.
traits. You don't have any traits that add to luck or anything like that.
I have well, what's it called? Like the sacred tattoo one and the the other one that gives you like a +1 to any luck roll, but I don't know if that applies to this. Probably not.
What does it apply to? Tell me what you have again. I'll give you guys any luck trait.
Which tab are traits? Features?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's
Traits.
favored, it
Yeah.
increases any luck bonus by 1 that you have.
Yep. Fate's favored. That's the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you +1 on this roll. That's about all you get.
That works.
Let's see it. Oh.
No.
The whole table is abuzz as you walk up and slap down your one giant shiny black chip and say 100 on black. And they all go, and then you lose. And the guy next to you goes, tough break, pal. And Charlie Sheen hands you his martini. He says, I haven't taken a sip from this. Why don't you take it?
Thank you. I have a small man to go and abuse now.
What?
I just turn and walk back over to McGinnis.
The whole table just, what did he say? Maybe he's a tribal, so maybe it's like a cultural thing.
McGinnis is like mid-story with this card dealer, John, about some exploit or another on the trail.
Okay. How about you guys? What do you want to bet? You want to go slow and lose your money over the course of hours, or like to call it, get the pain over with?
How's it work? What's the game? Is this like blackjack or something else?
Most of these are varying degrees of the same equation. It's just like a real casino. Everything is probably a 55 to 57% chance that the house wins.
Is there anything like poker where bluffing could help me increase my odds?
If you join one of the big card tables, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll do that then instead of this game.
Yeah. There's a seat over here next to this miner, dock worker, and whore.
Okay, I sit there.
The alchemist is in good company. Okay. You want in, and you break up your chip into pieces. They deal you in. You watch a round of it go by, and it's something like poker. It's a little bit luck. It's a little bit bluff, and they immediately, you notice that as soon as you're at the table, they all kind of look at each other and see how much you have, and they raise the bet amount to 10 gold.
Immediately.
Yeah, so I guess like he'll just slow play, but whenever he thinks like the pot gets big enough, I don't want to make everyone sit here and watch me play poker. So just
Well, we can do a couple rounds of it. Go ahead and do me a luck roll for your hand, and add in any luck bonuses you can conjure up. Pretty strong hand. All right, let me do some private rolls here for them.
Oh no, I
Okay.
will be back in just a minute. I gotta get some water.
Okay. All right. Well, you've got some serious people around you. And let's see your bluff check. Are you any good at bluff?
yeah,
Okay.
really good.
Okay.
And
Oh,
then
crap.
also I get +2 for racial against humans, anyone that's human, and then +2 if I try to play like I'm just gonna pretend I'm really bad at poker and making stupid moves. Try to play dumb with them. So the feigning ignorance.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. Take a look at their hands. All right. The miner folds immediately. Like he looks at his cards and goes, bah! The guardsman to the south side of the table is sort of looking at his cards and looks like he's thinking really hard. Looks like math. His brow is furrowed and he's kind of really sort of sweating, and it looks like math is hard for him. And the dock worker is looking at you totally calmly, looking at his cards, and yeah, they throw in 10 gold each and then look at you.
Yes, yeah,
Except
so
the miner who folded.
I call it and raise a little bit and just be careless about it. Try to act like I'm just being dumb, not playing properly.
Let's see. This guy. Let's have yours, sir. Ooh. Not particularly talented at sense motive. Oh man. The dock worker and the mercenary look at you and glance at each other, and they meet your bet and throw in another. So this is up to 40, 70 gold, this pot. And the gambler looks at you, looks at them, looks at his cards. He says, I'm out.
Okay, so it's just me and the dock worker now?
You and the dock worker and the mercenary.
Okay. Cool. Can I do a sense motive on them to try to see if I think they have a good hand?
Sure. Sure.
And I
Good
get
Lord.
+2 for the racial, so 25, and then if they send each other any secret messages trying to scam me and like work against me, I have another +2.
The dock worker is trying to play it cool, but you think his hand is not strong. The mercenary, you are certain his hand is garbage. You are certain that he thinks you're very bad. And you are certain that he's mainly worried about the dock worker. And he's very confused about what to do.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
Think you found your calling, friend.
He's got some applicable skills.
Yeah.
Well,
fortunately, in real life, I really don't know much about playing poker. So
right. Well, we're gonna this. I'm sort of gonna truncate maybe 2 or 3 hours of card playing for Gravillo into this one hand, but it looks like he's gonna come away pretty big. You guys call, and your hand was you rolled an 18, and
yep.
you see that they have the mercenary has a 9 and the dock worker has a 7. You take the entire pot of 70 gold, which is 60 gold profit to you.
Nice.
And you do pretty well over the course of this game. I mean, you lose a few hands, win a few hands, you figure out some sort of tricks to the game, and the gambler is better than you he's at least your match at bluff and sense motive. The other two are just children at a table of adults. They're most of the money you earn comes from them, and they bow out early. But at the end of
the guy
the
to my
night,
right was the gambler.
The gambler's this guy over here with the sunglasses, looks like Charlie Sheen.
Okay.
The miner is not very good either, but you and the gambler did the best at the table. Everybody else kind of folded early, and when it was down to just you, the gambler winked at you and said, like he sort of winked and nodded at you and walked away.
Okay, so he was on to my game.
Well, he knows that you're good, and he's good, and the two of you playing essentially means you're playing at house odds, which sucks. So he's going to go play people who suck.
Find another shitty table, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
same strategy as you. Same strategy as you. There's you don't want to play someone who's good if you're out to make money.
Right.
So he's going to go pick on dum-dums.
Cool.
But Tokala,
I'll let everyone. No, I'll let everyone else do their thing.
Okay.
I'll just hang out at the table for now, though.
Yeah. Tokala burned his pretty quick, but he did score some free drinks and make some friends who they gave him like a pit. They gave him a couple of silver to come, bet smaller, friend. You got to start small until you understand the game. And so he socializes a little bit. McGinnis, I assume, is just fine at a card table.
Yeah, he's played. He's done it before. He's having a good time. He's not trying to go out in a blaze of glory. He's not trying to make a lot of money. For him, it's just about the fun, the conversation, and maybe he loses it all, or maybe he comes out ahead a little bit. But he's just enjoying himself.
And Skaith, you've probably been here before. You've never had 100 gold to somebody else's money to spend here. What do you think you want to do?
I'm just gonna immediately trade that in because Skaith is still under the impression that he spent his entire life's worth of luck just getting to live in Torch.
Hmm.
So
Okay. Not feeling fortunate.
nope.
Okay. Well, you change it into coins, and there's food here that's great. There's drink here that's great. It's all pretty cheap because the place makes most of its money off gambling.
Yep.
So great food and cheap beer. And you guys don't see Garmin again, but while you're here, you are essentially at one of the social epicenters of the town. So if you want to do any information gathering, you can.
Of course, I'm totally playing like I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm playing aggressively.
What is a blackjack? I have no idea.
Nice work, pal. Nice work. You're doing great. You're coming along just fine.
Really? I really thought I should have folded on that one.
Oh, everyone gets lucky once in a while. I mean, just gotta ride that hot streak as long as you can.
You think anybody here might know more about what's been going on? I mean, I heard a little bit, but
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of blacksmiths in here. I mean, they're all out of work because of this purple torch thing.
yeah, place was famous for it. I remember seeing it sometimes when my family went by. You could see it for miles.
Yeah, I kept hearing about it, but I didn't see shit when I got here. I thought, boy, that was the most overblown bit of tourist material I ever heard of.
Disappointing.
GM.
Yeah.
My token still is Signy.
What? Oh, that's because it's your old token. Let me replace it. Let me fix that. Wah! New
Cool,
Skaith
thank you.
token.
Thank you.
Quickly checks to make sure it's not also broken. Okay, good.
Yeah, Gabriela will walk around after playing poker and just casually, talk to anyone that's not in the middle of a game. Just ask them about the torch, anything going
Sure.
on around the time the torch went out. Specifically with his ears open to see if he hears anything that reminds him of Technic League.
Let's see the social skill checks to see what you drag up, and hopefully you didn't blow all your good rolls on the gambling.
Should be diplomacy, I guess.
That's one. I let you guys do knowledge local. You could also bluff, go spin some lies, gather some lies, but diplomacy is probably the best. Oh God, you would not want seafood here, Skaith. Come on. Now. Okay, this is pretty good. Gavrilo, you use your bluff to interject yourself into some conversations, but actually just playing cards at this table for 2 hours, there's a lot of conversation that happens, especially between people that come and go to the table, friends of the other players that walk up and talk to them. And you hear your favorite rumor. We would never play the rumor game without me giving you guys this one. But you hear that there's at least one Technic League spy in town. Mark my words.
Say who?
Nobody knows. They're a spy. Untraceable, undetectable. Could be could be you. Could be me.
Damn it.
They just all
starts to doubt himself and wonder if he has amnesia.
This casino seems like a room full of people that, like the party, enjoy talking about there being a spy in their midst. So a lot of that happens. But other things you pick up on. A lot of people have been having headaches. A lot of people thought it was Crowfeather Palace because their water comes from a weird place and is cleaned by this machine. But they didn't see any, some people drink from it, some people don't. Didn't seem to matter. Some people are just having bad headaches.
And they only started recently, the bad headaches?
Yeah. Just the last several days or a week, kind of since Torch went out. He says my cousin's at home with one now, just doesn't even want to get out of bed. He says his ears are ringing.
Not good. Yeah, so I shared that information with the party when I talked to them. I also tell them, hey guys, look how much I won. And I hold up the 60 gold I won for my time at the poker table.
Nice.
Ask how they
Well done, my friend.
I've managed to break even. Shows these different piles of coins.
Takala, how about you?
McGinnis was wrong. I lost it all.
Well, I
That
mean,
always worked for me back home.
did you do it all on one bet?
He said always bet on black.
He didn't say bet it all on black.
You always bet on black. Why not just bet it all at once? It's
Yeah,
always
no-
going to
Go ahead.
black always wins, right? That's what he meant.
No, I
Well-
think he meant just it means it's most
Well-
likely to win.
Kitty. So, following that train of thought, though, if black always wins, there is no difference between betting it all at the same time and betting it piece by piece. So, you can kind of see the mistake.
Yeah, I agree.
It's an understandable mistake for someone unfamiliar with a place such as this. But,
McGinnis misled
it
our
is unfortunate.
The
barbarian
important
friend.
question is, did you have fun?
Oh, there was nothing exciting about it. Where was the blood? The men losing their teeth. What was there to be gained?
Well, sort of like your pocketbook was the man and the coins were the blood. But you know, it's not for everybody.
Tonight is a night of flawless logic from everyone.
Takala pulls out his pocketbook and pulls some like finger bones out of it. This is what I keep in my pocketbook.
Yeah, you might want to keep that in your pocket around here. It's sort of like that fermented urine thing. They might not be too into that.
Wait, what?
I don't have any of that. That was the shaman's doing.
Right.
Do you carry medicine with you?
Well, just a little tobacco, you know. If I can get it.
Man, really into
That
this
stuff
fermented urine
stinks.
remedy. Yeah. Pretty fixated on that idea.
So I wonder if anyone's seen that that unpleasant little flying metal beast that we took care of in Val's place, then disappeared. I wonder if that thing's buzzing around.
You talk about weird stuff like that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Do you have an applicable social skill you want to try?
well,
Or you can
let's
just take
see.
a general charm roll with your charisma mod.
Yeah, okay. Let's try that.
Yeah, Tokala, let's try to make some scorpion scampi.
Oops.
As long as you remove the tails.
Saw Survivor Man say that recently. He's like, "Oh yeah, scorpions are fine. Just don't eat the tail."
That's where the spicy bits are.
Yeah, it's pretty spicy.
Yeah, you got to work up to that one.
McGinnis, that did not actually roll. Can you give me a? You can eat at the bottom of your toolbar. There you go.
There we go.
Well, pretty average. Don't you have a charisma bonus? Oh no, gunslinger's wisdom.
Wisdom, yeah. No, you wouldn't know it. I got a special kind of wisdom. Kind of a man of the people.
Yeah. All right. Well, you hear. Said nobody knows nothing about your crazy robots. But all I can say is the little gremlin, the little thieving men, they ain't been around much lately.
Well, that's good to hear.
Sort of makes me worried, like maybe these rats leaving a sinking ship, you know?
Yeah, or maybe it's just a couple of bold warriors blowing holes in them. We'll never know.
Go into the
They look at McGinnis like, what? Why? What are you talking about? They look very confused.
I've been like serially booted out of the foundry. Is that just a
Have you?
Guinness problem?
Yeah. It's still running
maybe
here.
4 times.
Yep, still running here.
Yeah,
No.
Firefox, Opera.
Firefox.
Still trying to keep track of which browsers behave the best. I'm still in Opera, but I use Firefox for observation.
No, I'll just log back in. I don't know. Weird.
I've been using Chrome the whole time, and other than the problems that were definitely part of Foundry, I have not had a problem.
It runs very poorly for me in Chrome, with or without hardware acceleration. I don't know why. Okay, so McGinnis doesn't hear much. Hears a little bit. Anybody else want to try social skill checks before you depart the casino?
Yeah, I definitely would have my ear to the ground kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and
So-
give it a shot, despite having all of the charisma of a week-old hoagie.
Oh.
You said some skills apply as opposed
I
to
would
straight
take
charisma?
I would take straight charisma. Diplomacy is great. Knowledge local works.
Jesus, why can't I roll decent?
Oh.
you have a decent bluff, right? Well, I guess you already.
My bluff's only +1 more than that.
Yeah, true.
Well, as you're playing cards, you try to strike up a conversation. You and Skaith sort of awkwardly do so. Try to strike up a conversation about the town's troubles, the torch going out, people disappearing, and if anybody's got any juicy rumors about it. And the only thing you pick up with a 10 and an 11 is someone says, well, you didn't hear it from me, but Garmin Ulrith's little gang must have something to do with these problems. How do I know? Well, Ulrith's got his hands in pretty much everything bad in this town, so why not these? Why would he just not be involved in this? Checkmate, libs.
Is Garmin the guy that met us at the door?
Yeah, he's the guy that owns this casino. That's why this person's whispering in your ear, trash talking him.
Right.
That's all you get with a 10 or an 11.
Well, he seems like a cagey fella. I don't think he's going to open up to any of us.
No,
Unless,
those kinds usually don't.
unless someone's particularly cunning and tricky.
I catch your drift. I will talk to him.
Oh, hold on.
Perfect. What
I'd literally go up and put
people's
my hands up on
skills?
his chest and tell him, no, don't do that, don't do that.
I mean, he didn't see any blood at the roulette table. It's time to press people for information.
You know what I've been wondering about is that purple-haired gal that went down there first. I mean, that kind of kicked this whole thing off, did it not? We didn't find any sign of her or any of her group. Wonder what happened.
Could she have been one of the vivisected ones that we saw in those medical logs that Ghana saw?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Do we know how many how many people were in the second group?
Yeah, at one point you guys uncovered quite a bit of info about the previous groups. There was a bunch of halflings, there was a bunch of local thugs, there was some worshippers of Bry, and then there was Connor's group, and Connor's group went in twice.
How many people were in Connor's group?
5?
5. And we
Only
only had
came back?
log of actually 5 people, wasn't it? 4 vivisected, 1 retained for study.
Yeah. The details
They
that
were all the
Morgana
same
pulled out of the
timestamp.
the details that Morgana pulled out of the computer match the basic descriptions of Connor's group, which is a bunch of his old mercenary buddies.
I'm just gonna hazard a guess that old purple hair made it into that whatever the hell we were in, and did something to that purple torch. And then the next couple groups, they probably got wiped out by those skulks and gremlins and whatnot. And Connor, he and his group made it inside there, and they got taken out by, well, we know what happened to them. But it leaves the
metal men.
question, yeah, what happened to old purple hair?
From what you've gathered, that was the first group to enter. It's the lady with purple hair and her crew.
There might have been an exit we didn't find, or an area that they got stuffed in. She might have been eaten by that big jiggly thing.
Perhaps they got stuck somewhere when the elevator broke.
Could be. It's a doggone mystery, though. But, mystery might just have to wait for another day.
All right. Everybody done making or wasting money?
Yeah. Sure.
Yep.
All right. We'll bop back to the tavern. You guys can rest. We shall fast forward to morning time.
Did McGinnis lose it all, break even?
Oh, what was his luck check?
Just a D20?
Yeah.
What's the command for that again?
You can either /R space 1d20. Oh, Numcath did pretty well. Numcath, you're gonna come away with about 120 gold instead of 100.
Nice.
Other / McGinnis, but yep, the McGinnis, same thing. You come away with about 125 gold.
Like I said, always bet on black.
But only half the cards were
Meanwhile-
black, and most of the hands you won were red cards.
Yeah, it's sort of a finesse thing.
Meanwhile, Morgana furiously copying spells into her spellbook.
Yes.
Yeah, Morgana's gonna take the extra time, and because she only needs 2 hours of sleep,
Mhm.
is going to just copy over all the scrolls that I have that I don't already know.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna real quick roll the spellcraft for those and everything.
Okay.
DC 15 plus spell level, so the DC is just gonna be 16 for both of these.
All right.
Spellcraft.
Winner.
So I get detect metal, and then the second one is gonna be celestial healing.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's a big
You
one.
can you can take 10 on those rolls, can't you?
Some DMs do, some DMs don't. I wouldn't. I'm not gonna.
In your case, on low level spells, I will. I think that's a perk I'm going to give you because of your low sleep talent.
Okay.
You know, like on a normal adventuring day, no, you can't take 10 and learn a scroll. But if everyone else is going gambling and partying, making money, and you are staying in like a nerd to read spells, then yeah, you can take 10 on those. But you made it anyway for these. But if you want to do others and you just restrict it to 1 or 2 scrolls a night, then I'm cool with it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna wake up early and do.
I saw some error fly by there, but it's gone now.
Yeah, I had it. I'm editing my inventory right now.
Okay.
Maybe.
Let me know if a particular item seems to cause it. I'll recreate it for you.
Yeah, I did. I was reducing my blunt arrows. I'm trying to figure out because my extra money put me into medium load.
Oh shit.
So, so I'm trying to figure out if I can get rid of some other items.
Convert the money to higher forms.
Yeah, true. So how many PP is what? 10 gold pieces?
Yeah, a platinum is 10 gold.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll try that.
And just as a thing to bring up, because we might get into this with higher money stuff, I've had GMs that say that you can basically treat gems as money in certain exchanges. So you could say, I want to buy a 50 gold piece gem and then turn it over. If you're like buying a larger item, turn it over as 50 gold pieces. Do
Depends.
you do that kind of thing?
You got to make a pretty strong trade check to not take a hit on the barter system like that. Like you
Okay.
make sure you get the gem for full price. If you ever need to change it into money, then whoever's changing it's going to want to hit you for 5 or 10%.
Okay.
So there's some danger of that.
That's fine. I just
Also,
wanted to see what your thoughts were on it.
yeah, no, totally doable. Gems are a reasonable currency. This whole country relies more on the barter system than the other countries in Galarian. And the other interesting thing about Numeria is that instead of platinum pieces, you're usually talking about silver discs, which look kind of like a platinum piece. They're made of, the weird space metal that's extremely hard to melt. And they are, Morgana or whoever else has knowledge engineering will tell you that that's just a dead battery.
Mhm.
They use dead batteries as platinum pieces in this place.
I misspoke. It put me over to the light load, but yeah, I fixed it with the PP now, so I'm all good. And I will not touch my inventory.
All right. So it's the next morning. You guys wake up. You're offered breakfast. And let me do a bunch of nefarious rolls. Let's see.
As I prepare my spells for the day, Morgana's gonna get up a little bit earlier and gonna spend 25 gold and scribe a scroll.
Okay.
I'm gonna scribe a scroll of mage armor.
Okay. That's a good one. Nomcath and McGinnis wake up with mild headaches today.
Oof. I didn't even have that much to drink.
I
Yeah.
didn't drink at all.
It definitely doesn't feel like a hangover. It's your eyes hurt and your ears are kind of ringing, and you feel like your whole head is being like squeezed a little. Takala has already diagnosed it. No worries.
I have urine
out
in my room preparing it.
Again with the urine.
Maybe Val can electric shock them.
It's gonna, it will take time to ferment, but I will cure you.
As if urine would be gross enough. We gotta ferment it.
You're not getting anywhere near me with urine.
Just wait until you're really sick. Then you'll be asking for it.
I very
Don't
much
like
doubt
that.
Yeah, Bits puts on an extra big pot of coffee. And you can tell that she sprinkles probably some cocoa powder in it or something that makes it taste like slightly chocolate coffee.
That actually doesn't smell bad. I'll try some of that.
Yeah, it does make you feel a little fresher. Takes kind of the edge off the headache too. Makes you feel much more awake for a bit.
How is the halfling behind the bar looking? Any worse?
She is mostly better today. Well, she still says she still has a bit of a headache.
Bits, you found any remedy for that headache? I must admit, I got one myself this morning.
She says a never-ending cycle of whiskey and coffee with some throwing up in the middle.
You're my kind of doctor. You know everyone else in town. There's a lot of people got this going on. You know you're not the only one.
Really? Nobody else has been in here, so I just didn't really know.
Yeah, last night we were tearing it up down at the Silver Disc Hall, and
Yeah,
quite a few people complaining of this.
How'd you do with your little gambling tokens?
Killed it.
Cool.
I made pretty good money.
How'd you do, Tokala?
There was no killing, and do not bet on black.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we
he's a
learned
bit-
some things. We learned. That's
He's
good.
a bit testy about that whole thing.
All right.
You lied to me.
Oh,
Well,
Bits immediately goes back to washing mugs and turns the other way.
I plan on stopping there on our way out today. Turn mine into gold. More efficient that way.
Oh, the casino
yeah,
definitely won't
that's
be
what I
open in the
meant
morning.
by always bet on black.
Well, yeah.
Well, I
At
think
night
my
then.
60 gold pieces was pretty efficient.
Anyone else got a headache besides who else has
I
a
do.
headache?
I
Oh,
do.
yeah.
The chocolate coffee helped. It was
Yeah,
actually
maybe I'll
pretty
get in on
good.
some of
I always have a
Yeah.
headache, but it's probably for a completely different reason than you do.
What
Oh?
reason might that be?
I ran out of my special coffee a while ago, and turns out I kind of need it because that's where my headache's coming from.
Huh.
Special coffee?
Yeah.
What's so special about it?
It works a lot better than normal coffee, but apparently I've developed a slight dependency to it.
Oh,
So
that is a bitch. Once a year or so, I quit caffeine for a week, and I'm just miserable for a day or two.
Mhm.
Just to make sure I'm still in charge. You know.
That's right.
Val kind of comes in with the crick in her neck and says he's doing better. He woke up for a minute and talked to me this morning.
That's great news.
That's good.
She
I was
pours
worried.
herself a cup of coffee and grabs a big old bran muffin and sits down and says, "Yeah, he's. I think he's going to be okay. Jorm's coming back today. Dolga says she's coming by to pay you guys. So I really
How's your
appreciate you.
head?
I really appreciate you finding him.
Oh hell, that was the least we could do. Glad we made it all work out. Man, glad we all got out of there in one piece. But I don't know. I got a bit of a headache, and so does Nomcath. Sounds like there's a lot of that going around town. How are you feeling?
I'm okay, but I have heard about the headaches. I don't know what that's about. Sometimes the last couple of days I've had a ringing in my ears.
I got that too.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe it's the torch, something the torch protected us from, and now that it's not protecting us, there's something rotten in these lands. I don't know.
Sounds like we'll be heading back down there then.
Yeah, Dolga does show up, and she says, well, she says, as she usually does, you did good, but you're not done. She says basically the torch is not lit. That's what the 4,000 gold bounty is for. But they really want to reward you for saving Connor. And since you brought him back alive, they had set aside for him this scroll. And we want you to have it
Scroll?
since we didn't need it.
Apparently Morgana holds her hands out for it.
Well, don't know if any of you can use it, says Val. Olga says, they don't have a clerk? Val says, I don't think so. Not
Oh,
really.
rip.
But it is a scroll of raised dead.
Nice.
Jesus, I hope we don't need that.
Well, it's worth 6,000 gold. And it could definitely save someone who was dead.
I am alive. I say we sell it. I can use gold while I'm alive.
Yeah, I like to
I agree
spend
with
money
my
while I'm
friend.
alive.
Well, Dolga says she also offers. She's brought a trunk with her that she's wheeling behind her, and she clunks it down in the tavern next to you guys. And she says, "Med this and hands a pouch of bullets to McGinnis.
Thank you.
And she says, made thus. And she hands you a replacement barrel.
Ooh. Oh, what have we here?
She says, Sandville came and gave me a schematic for a gun. Looked very much like yours. Had a symbol of Bry on it. So I thought it might fit. She says, let me see that thing. You guys take apart your gun there at the table, and it does in fact fit. And it is a masterwork barrel.
Oh, that's mighty pretty looking. Look at that thing, just fits right in there like a glove. Well made. I'm in your debt, madam.
And she reaches into the trunk, pulls out a pair of hand axes, and each one has a symbol on the blade. One is the symbol is only Tokala will necessarily understand it, but it's tribal symbols that have certain meanings, certain traits. And one axe is the symbol on it is bravery, and the other axe is wisdom. And she hands them to you. And they're masterwork hand axes.
Thank you. They are a kind gift.
And she takes out a black velvet bundle. It's cylindrical. It's about 1.5 feet long and maybe 6 inches thick. And she lays it in front of Nomcath and just lightly pushes it, and it rolls out into a beautiful set of thieves' tools, shining. She says, that's tempered steel. That won't break. It's a masterwork set of thieves' tools, and tucked into the ends of it are 2 masterwork daggers.
Nice.
There's this hesitation, like he doesn't know how to respond to this. And just in the end, he just kind of looks up and just meekly says, "Thank you. This is very, very thank you."
Says, well, put them to good use.
Of course, if anyone's
busy
paying
at that.
attention, his tail is lashing agitatedly.
And then she digs into the trunk and finds and pulls out looks like a breastplate. And she kind of squints, closes one eye at Skaith, and says, pretty sure I guessed it right. Put this on. And she's made you a masterwork agile breastplate,
Oh, thank you.
so that it only has, no matter what, it's 1 lower armor check than a normal breastplate, but it's also only -1 to climb and swim.
Yeah,
So,
the last one took a few hits in the recovering of Connor.
she demonstrates, she says this, she shows you this one's a better material. It's lighter. It's as tough as your other one, but, 2/3 the weight. You can actually reduce the weight like 10 pounds on it. She says, I don't have any mithril. Mithril would be the best, but I don't have any. So this is what you get. And she looks at Gavrilo and Morgana and says, Wizards, I got nothing for you. Unless you want better bows. You want a better bow?
Yeah, I'll take one. Longbow, please, if you have it. That'd be greatly appreciated.
Okay. She'll produce a masterwork longbow for you. Morgana? Heavy crossbow?
Crossbow wouldn't hurt.
Light or heavy?
Light.
Okay. She gives you a masterwork light crossbow.
Dope. Throws the old one in the trash.
She said, don't throw that out. Give me that. She picks it up. She's like, I can make something out of that. Doesn't let you throw away any of your old gear. She's like, I'll sell that.
Yeah, I'll give her that old
Oh, yeah,
one.
definitely turn the daggers over.
She says, well, I hope you're still on the case to turn the torch on because we're sunk without it. She smiles and packs up her trunk, gets ready to leave.
I'm wanting to find out what's going on. I mean, it was such an iconic thing from around here. Like I was telling McGinnis, I remember seeing it when my family passed by on several occasions.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not too excited about going down in there. And as I was lying in bed last night, I was thinking, I might just keep on moving here. I done good. We rescued Connor, brought him back alive. But, well, now that I got this fancy new pistola to play with, I mean, well, might as well. What the hell, I'm in.
Well, Dolga reminds you on the way out. She says there's still 4,000 gold for you if you can do it.
And there's that.
Yeah, I'm in. So,
How are we looking in the breathe underwater department?
Joram will set you up with, what is he? Yeah, he can do, you'll each get 5 hours.
And we still got, can we get another scroll to get back out in case we gotta hunker down there for a night?
Yeah, he'll spot you one of those.
Excellent.
Val says,
Throws it in inventory.
Dad's only awake for kind of moments at a time, but last time he was up, he said he could answer questions if you want to talk to him.
Any information's good, right?
yeah. So Gavrilo immediately head on to go talk to him.
Ask him where his spellbook is.
All right. Yeah.
Listen to you, thirsty wizard.
Probably.
Give me that spellbook.
More spells, the better.
Scoot you guys over here. All right. Well, you see that he is kind of, his head's elevated on a pillow. His eyes are open. And he is still under the covers in bed. Joram has just cast another round of restorations on him. And he looks better. There's kind of color in his face. And Joram is able to kind of cure light away some of the scarring, but not all. He'll carry the scars of that adventure for the rest of his life for sure. And he's, as you come in, he says, "My saviors."
That's too much. Please. Or just ask him what happened to you down there. I mean, we know that it seems like those machines attacked you, but how did you go from having a whole party to being in a tube like a mindless vegetable?
He says the skeletons. We figured out that they come back, but so we were kind of ready for them, and then we pressed on, and there was just a surprise attack of too many robots, and we destroyed as many as we could, but they overwhelmed us, dragged us down the hall. I remember being just dragged for what seemed like forever, and poked and prodded, woken up 100 times, and I remember screaming in pain or feeling like I was drowning. It was just, it's sort of a blur now.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that any of your companions made it, unfortunately.
Yeah, Val told me.
So did you see anything else? Anyone else down there? We heard talking to the skulks. about a blue-haired woman that had gone down into the caves?
He
Or a
says,
purple-haired woman?
purple. I never found her, but I know she's down there somewhere. She went in the other entrance, but it's
What
sealed. The caves, there's 2 entrances.
So we don't have to swim again?
They're both past the water, he says.
Got slumps.
We went to the west through the Skulks area. Purple-haired lady cut some kind of deal with the Skulks, but then she went to the east to another entrance that wouldn't open. None of the cards we tried. We had a brown card. I think we had a black card. None of it worked. It's sealed. She sealed it. She seems to understand the technology in a way that we don't.
Let's see.
Think she was in. What'd you say you were, Morgana? An android?
Is Morgana in the room?
Yeah, she is. And she just shoots a glare at Nomcath.
Well, you didn't tell me it was a secret.
You are an android.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it came out last session when
Might-
you weren't there.
Might be time to always bet on black.
Come here, wizard. And Takala's gonna start. You know that like.
Oh, do we need the Benny Hill theme in here?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Benny Hill. He's gonna
It's
start
just a
chasing her
Scooby Doo
around.
chase through the
Yeah.
inn.
Joe. Yeah, I don't have any Benny Hill music. I have some Western dueling music that might be appropriate. 1 sec.
I can turn invisible.
No sound, but
Okay, I'm back. Stab myself with a steak knife. Smart. All right. Yeah. He says, he looks at you and he says, hello, in Androphin.
Morgana kind of nods her head, acknowledging him.
Let's see. You, sir. Huh. All right, 1 sec. I gotta pull up his original sheet. Seems like. Languages. Okay. Yep. That. All right. And he says, let's see. He says hello. And he says it again in. Come on now. Let's see if my mod's working today. All right. All right, Morgana, check chat when you get a second.
Gabriela,
Yeah.
let's consume his potion of comprehend languages as this starts happening.
So, Oh, okay, hang on. I had the Androphin in a different way.
Oh, yeah, you got to check it on your.
Yep.
It should be an option at the bottom of the list.
It is. It
Okay.
wasn't an option when I first made the character sheet, though.
Oh,
Will I
right.
see this if I do the action on the potion, or do you have to modify my languages somehow?
You'd have to add Androphin to your,
Add it?
which you can
Okay.
temporarily add it. That's fine.
Okay, I have it, but I still can't read it. Can you say it again and see if it works? Still didn't.
Still
pop up.
gibberish.
Let me refresh my page if that helps.
Okay.
But I do have Endorphin in there, right?
Yeah. Let me just make sure.
Mhm.
This mod is really cool when it works.
Oh yeah. Polygot.
Yeah. Okay. Bottom of the list. Yeah,
I
you have the
haven't
right
been
one.
mine, and it looks gibberish to me too.
Okay, now it works.
Oh, you had to reload?
Yeah, I just had to read.
Oh, you might have to reload too, Gavrilo, after you altered him. But you can see what I said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I can see it.
There you go.
I feel like hide that I drank the potion. I don't know if that would be a.
You
slight-
would have, yeah, sleight of hand or a bluff check. I'll let you use bluff. Yeah, I think you were pretty subtle about it.
Cool.
Turned around to cough and chugged a potion real quick.
To everyone else, it sounds like beep, boop, boop, boo, boo, bop.
No, it's a language. It's a human language from a long time ago.
Humanoid language.
I
Sounds
like mine better.
Sounds like the internet booting up back in the day.
Awesome.
Baud rate. Baud rate.
Oh my god, it just opens her mouth and static comes out. Dial-up sounds.
Yeah, dial-up sounds.
Yeah, they have this conversation back and forth in Androfin.
It's a funny sounding language. Hey, didn't that dead guy, or undead guys speaking that too?
That's right. That creepy forearm SOB.
His eyes kind of droop for a second, and Val's like kind of looking at him funny, like, maybe you okay? He's like, I'm okay. He says, you have any other questions in common? So everyone can understand.
I'll be right back.
Well, I guess she left, but is that showing up in Androfin for me?
Yeah. It looks like gibberish to my observation browser, and I can read it in the GM browser. So you're good. It's working.
Yeah, so he starts.
I love that mod. I always wanted something like that in Roll20. It kind of worked. All right. So anyone else, any questions for him?
I think he's covered pretty much anything that Nomcath would think about.
I guess I wouldn't have said ship, but underground thing with the cave.
Okay. Okay. Well, he looks at Gavrilo. He says, "You're a scholar, a wizard of some type." I dabble. He says, "Oh, you're still speaking. You're speaking in Androfin, which I don't think Comprehend will let you do."
Cool.
He says, "Do you need mage armor, shocking grasp?" He seems to be struggling to think of other things he could offer you. Shield.
No, so in common, he says, no, I'm just looking for information. A few minutes ago, it seemed to imply there's some type of connection here that the androids might know the systems that we're encountering these technologies. I feel like you might know more about this than you're letting on. So I was hoping you could share that information with my party. We are risking our lives after all to save you and go down there.
He nods and he says, I'll tell you what I know. I don't withhold information from you, but I do withhold it from the town. He says, I believe that the light of torch is not a magical or natural occurring. I believe it's a piece of technology of unimaginable power that releases its power into the sky for reasons I don't understand, and it has stopped. Val tells me that people are having headaches, not feeling well, and that it hasn't come back on. So I don't know exactly what's down there, but I know this town needs it to turn back on. And he says, any of the town council will tell you that this town survives on the income from the torch. He says, but what no one but me will tell you is that of the revenue that the town takes in from people renting the torch, he says a big chunk of it we pay to the Technic League to keep them from coming here. We have to pay them off. No. Well, the whole town is. We basically pay them a tax to leave us alone. And in a month or so of the torch being out, we won't be able to make the payment.
That's not good.
Interesting. You know, we've heard rumors that there might be a technically person in the town working on their side.
He says, and he looks around suspiciously at everyone. That's certainly true, and it could be any one of you.
It could be you.
It could be me, he says.
Your daughter, Val, she says that...
It's not Val, he says. She's barbarian.
Oh, no. I'm saying... we talked earlier. She said she was adopted by you after her tribe was destroyed by the Technic League, I believe.
Yes.
So I'm sure you've had encounters with them before.
Their village was burned. Their
Why were you
simple
there?
tents were fireballed. He said, I went there. I went there for fortune and fame. I was a mercenary, and I left there with a daughter. And I retired from mercenary life.
At least I guess your heart grew that day after destroying her village.
I didn't destroy her village.
Oh, no? Okay, my apologies. Misunderstood that.
So I hate to come across like a hopelessly naive outsider. I've been trying to play along as I can here, but could someone just quickly bring me up to speed on what the hell this Technic League is and why y'all don't like them so much?
They're bad people.
They're oppressive, horrible regime. All Numeria, not all, but most of it. Torch, as he said, isn't totally under their control, but my hometown, Chesed, they completely dominated it, and people weren't truly free. Had to pay dues just like Torch is now to them, to the Technic League leaders. They're exploiting everyone, walking around like they own the place. They generally tend to be wizards, which is why I was suspicious of our friend here. But so far,
They also enslave people.
They also have a habit of wanting to take apart people like.
And Takala, I know, had some bad run-ins with him as well, I think, or at least some of their robots.
That's correct. They're robotic scum. We're out wandering the wastelands looking for more technology. And they killed my wife and child. That is why I'm here. That's why I travel with Gavrilo.
Well, I count myself lucky that I never run across these dirty SOBs. Certainly sound like trouble.
They're trash. We must destroy them, and that's my goal, to be honest. So if the spy's here, watch out. I'm coming for you.
If we stay here long, we'll run into them eventually. It's just the nature of the place.
Yeah,
It's one of the reasons my family always moved around so much. That and always towns got antsy with us around.
I definitely ain't looking for that kind of trouble, I can tell you. I keep my head down, but I can understand why y'all harbor such resentment toward these bastards. And you can count on my pistol at your side if you need it, if they come poking around.
Tokala, you wanted to trade the axes in on
We
a
would.
two-hander?
They're a very powerful group.
Tokala, you
So-
wanted to trade the axes in on a two-hander? Dolga's fine
Yeah.
with that.
Great.
Connor, you said you had a black and a brown key card. Is that the same kind we got, or we get
Show
some
him,
different?
show him the ones you have.
So,
He said we had 5 of those, the brown ones. He said, and we found one of that, the black one.
Ah,
He says, but there are other kinds that we haven't found yet.
maybe we ought to take your black.
I don't have anything. I have none of mine.
Ah, okay.
Everything was taken from me, including my spell book.
right.
Oh.
Gotcha.
And where exactly was that going to be deposited? Any idea? So we can get your belongings back.
He looks at you and smiles a little bit. He's a thirsty wizard. He says, I watched them destroy it. They tore it apart to study it.
Everyone sees a visible crack appear on Morgana's armor skin plates.
Sad. He points a finger over at a dresser that's behind Val, and he says, Val, second drawer under the socks. And she digs through, and sure enough, she pulls up 2 or 3 pairs of socks, and then pulls out a couple of scrolls. And she's about to hand them to him, and he just kind of weakly gestures towards Gavrilo and Morgana. Val hands each of you a scroll. He said, I don't know if you could use that yet, but it's yours.
Eats scroll.
You read it real quick?
Yeah, I'll take a peek.
You're cursed forever. It's a trick. No, he's the spy. He's the spy. No, these are. He gives you each a scroll of mirror image.
cool.
Well,
Should be in my inventory now, you said?
I didn't put it in there yet, but I can. One sec.
I mean, I can.
No, don't create one. I've got one in the compendium.
Too late.
Ah. Mirror. Nope, it's not in there. What the hell is it? Maybe I don't have a scroll of mirror image. I thought I did.
Oh, actually, that's not a alchemist spell. So,
You guys don't get mirror image?
nope.
blur maybe.
Or I'll
Light-
hand it back to him and say,
Yeah, I
thank
think
you,
you
friend.
can blur.
This is beyond me.
He says, I'll see if I can dig up anything else that you might find a benefit.
And I just kind of open my coat a bit and show him my flask to tap on him to let him know that I'm an alchemist.
I see. He says, did you found me, you went past the chemistry lab. Did you look in there?
No, I didn't see any chemistry lab. I found some green goo in what seemed to be a dining area, but no chemistry lab.
He says, yeah, that's the cafeteria. He
Do you
says
have
he says cafeteria and Androphin, and then in common he says a mess hall, a eatery. He uses kind of different words.
Okay.
do you have any idea where the torch where it would be? The means to relight it?
I didn't make it that far, but the
Where was
elevator.
the chemistry lab exactly? It's by where we found him.
He says I was in the medical lab. It's where I was tortured. I don't remember where you found me.
We didn't explore that whole floor. I mean, as soon as we found him, we went straight out.
He says I
Okay.
couldn't
Yeah,
I
I'll
couldn't
just-
find
that's
a
what-
way. He says we needed a part. He says it was basically a steel rod 2 feet long is all it's needed to fix the elevator. And some time to install it, but
Wait,
we
just
never got
any
that far.
Maybe we
Any
have Durga
rod
bang
that
one
big?
out.
Yeah, he says one of the main safety. There's a safety bar on it, and without that, it won't activate. It won't move, and you fix the safety system, and then it will release.
Well, shucks, in a town full of smiths, I think we could scare up a 2-foot iron steel rod probably pretty easy.
He says that was my guess. You'd need to take some tools down to adapt it if that's wrong.
Yeah, good starting point.
I'm pretty handy with just kind of making whatever tool we need, so I guess we don't have to.
That
actually-
also could temporarily work.
Yeah. Just if we need to tinker with anything, it's kind of my job actually is making tools for the smiths around here.
Yeah, he describes what he thought it needed to Skaith, and looking at McGinnis, he says that safety catch is just like a gun without a hammer. You put the hammer in and it'll work again.
So I guess your side job, Skaith, is making giant black hammers and smashing the shit out of metal bad guys. That's a pretty
Well-
good gig too.
I guess my main job is just, I can't really do it if the smiths can't work.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you got something good to fall back on.
Woo!
You guys look over and Connor is snoring. Val says, yeah, I think he's gone for a bit.
Yeah.
What do you say,
Are we
friends?
prepared to go down today?
Joram says he hands you a water breathing scroll and he says I can cast it on you whenever you're ready.
Do we want to see if dirt? Oh wait, you're gonna just make us a rod, right, Skaith?
Well, I can make stuff to help fiddle with the rod. I can't make the rod itself.
No,
Or
he
rather-
implied that you could make the actual piece to just hold there temporarily.
Yeah, but then the elevator would
temporarily, yeah.
not work without Skaith nearby. But Skaith
We
can't.
just get a rod.
With Skaith, you don't have to lug 50 pounds of blacksmithing tools down into the dungeon. That's a pretty huge advantage.
Yeah.
Well, let's pop in Durga's, and I had a question I wanted to ask her anyway. Something occurred to me.
Okay. You want to go by Dolga's?
Oh yeah, Dolga. Sorry, Durga's like the Hindi goddess of murder.
If you say so.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. All right, yeah, you guys pop over to Dolga's, no problem. Let's see, I think I have a map for that. Might be different. Nope. My buttons are not showing up right. There we go. Good job, Foundry. You're doing it. All right, simplest map in the world for this, but here you go. There's your tokens. Oops, you're in the fire. Get out of the fire. Okay. And then we need a Dolga. Hello, ma'am.
I don't. Oh, there it goes. Now I have sight.
She says, what are you doing? The barbarian's haggling with me all day about weapons. Just take one and smash something. Goodness.
Just a couple quick ones. Got a 2-foot steel rod lying around. I think we
What?
need it.
She looks around at some half-finished weapons and takes a warhammer, and it doesn't have the head permanently attached yet and doesn't have the handle permanent, and she just kind of violently scrapes off the handguard and helmet, and she says, but like this. And it's about 2.5 feet long and steel.
Perfecto. You mind if we put that to use?
She says, sure. She looks very confused, but she hands it to you.
Also, while we're here, do you have some crossbow bolts I could buy? Fresh out.
Just take them, sweetheart. They're over there. You see a pile, like 10 bundles of 20 bolts in a little rack. Arrows right next to them.
I'll take one bundle.
Well, Dolga, something occurred to me as I was lying in bed, fingering these fancy cold iron.
Do I really want to hear this?
Oh yeah, it's a good idea. I think it's a good one.
She says,
I
I'm a
see you
bit
like to
old for you, my
experiment.
son. I don't know about this. All right. Let's keep it professional.
All I'm saying is, you ever think about molding some bullets out of sky metal?
If I could, if the torch was lit, maybe I could.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Well, maybe we could get that thing fired up.
She
See-
says, I can do steel. I could even do mithril here with my regular forge if I had any. But that sky metal, whatever everybody calls it, you got to go up the mountain, and the torch has got to be lit.
Yeah, I got you. Well, we're gonna get that thing fired up, and then we'll see what kind of bullets we can get blasting out of this thing. Maybe. Thanks for your time.
Mhm.
This may be a stupid question, but has anybody gone up there and tried to relight the torch? You know, with another torch. Drop it down in there, start the fires again.
She just kind of squints at Tokala. She
Right.
says,
On that note,
it's not actually fire.
What do you mean it's not fire? I know it's
I mean,
purple, but
it's hot, but it's not fire. It makes heat, but when the torch was lit, she says, and she kind of demonstrates. She walks over to her forge and picks up a pair of tongs, and she says, "You hold it here, like right in front of her chest." She says, and it was as cool as a winter morning. And then she just moves the tongs 1 foot to her right so that the tip of them is over the forge. And she says, you move them into that purple light, and it's the hottest anything's ever been. The heat is so contained, you don't even feel it on your skin when you're standing next to it. It's
you're
not
right.
fire.
That doesn't sound like fire.
No. It wouldn't, you couldn't roast a marshmallow with it. It just incinerates it. It's different. It's
Very
useful,
curious.
but weird.
Well, Morgana might know more about such things, but I'll do my best to help her to get it relit.
All right. Any other questions for Dolga?
no, I don't got any.
Okay. Well, then you guys can gear up and head back down into the fun place. And
that's not the name that came to mind, but
well, the swimming park, the slip and slide,
The drowning hole.
the drowning hole. Okay, that sounds like a metal band, but okay. So you guys head back to the drowning hole. Is there anything else you want to resupply on? The town supplies you with food in case you're stuck down there for days, but not too much so it's too heavy. If anybody's missing any backpacks, bedrolls, if anybody wants 50 foot of rope, you can just have it. You just have to carry it.
I'll probably take a sun rod or two. Those are pretty handy.
Yeah. How many sun rods do you have now?
You can have mine. I have one. I don't need it.
Oh,
There you
thanks.
go.
Morgana shakes her flashlight.
Yep.
I got a flashlight, but
You got that
that's
too?
weird. Tape it to my gun.
You could do that. It'd really ruin the balance, but
Yeah, I like this thing operating at its peak.
okay. So we have to do the swim checks. We have to do the survival checks to go the right direction. Do you want me to move you to the cave maps? Do you want to explore that, or you want to just like fast forward through there?
I mean, are we assuming that other entrance that the purple hair went through is just not an option, right?
Yeah, she's sealed in. We don't have a way to get in, so might as well just not bother. Probably.
Yeah, let's just try.
So we have some
try
other
and
method to get through it.
Yeah, I agree. Just kind of try and get this elevator. Well, actually, we could search the rest of that area and then do the elevator, right?
Maybe go to where the Skelly boys will attack us.
Do we think we have a way to get by that mold that we encountered?
Yeah, that's the only thing I was thinking of.
Forgot about that.
I mean, we pick up a bunch of oil, we could burn it out, maybe.
That is not good enough to get you anywhere, Tokala.
Didn't we? I know we did a knowledge check on it, but I don't remember if it told us how to destroy it. So I'm not sure if it's flame.
Yeah, me neither.
You didn't ask any experts about the mold. Do you want to now?
Yeah, if we can, if there's anyone around there.
I mean, you're standing next to the highest level cleric in the area. Don't know if he has much skill in this. Let's see. Yeah, he's not too good at it, actually. Can't ask Connor because he passed out. No, he doesn't have knowledge nature. Joram says, I'm not too good with molds and fungus. He said that's actually Connor's area of expertise, but he's passed out.
Damn.
Well, it's not like it's going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it.
So, try to fast forward to where the Skelly boys will attack us then? Does that sound good?
All right. Yeah. We just need some swim checks. Tokala has been dog paddling in the shallows for a couple minutes now. Nomcath, it's halfway there. Morgana, nowhere. Gavrilo,
I'm
almost
just
all the
ankle
way
deep
there.
right now.
Yeah, you're just dabbing a toe. McGinnis, that's
Making sure it's not going to get my scrolls wet.
dog paddling in the shadows. In the shallows. Yeah. A bunch of you need more progress. McGinnis, there's some progress. Skaith, progress.
Can you boot me out again? I hit the stupid back button.
Morgana, no progress. Can I? Sorry?
Can you boot me out again? I hit the stupid back button again.
Oh, gotcha. I don't think you're in. Go ahead and try.
Let me Okay, there it goes.
Good. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it notices when you back out. Sometimes it doesn't.
All right,
okay.
I need another swim check.
Yeah, you need 2 swim checks of DC 12, and this has proven to be incredibly difficult for this party.
I'm a cat. Go figure. I don't do water.
Okay.
18 again. Nice.
Okay. Struggling against the current, Skaith making a real legendary battle out of it. Okay. There we go.
Made one, I thought.
I should probably not try swimming in my armor again.
So
well, remember the new armor's less negative, so
it's less negative, but it's still
negative
chunky.
1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got halfway there. Okay, there we go. Now it took me another three rolls to succeed, but
I got a 13 and an 18.
Uh, 13. You still need another 12 plus.
I got 13, then I got the natural 2018 after that. Is that
Oh,
the two
yeah.
I needed, or?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
All right.
You guys are in. You come through the caves. You easily navigate through the former skulk area. They appear to have vacated. And you navigate through the trashy gremlin area. They have not returned yet. And you come to the door and easily open that. You travel through the habitat area, the big open forest, and see that it still appears to be cycling through a day and night cycle, and there are no skeletons to be seen.
Maybe.
On this trip,
Turning-
I handed a shield infusion to Skaith, to Kala, and McGinnis. You said you wanted one, right?
Yeah, if you're handing them
Yeah.
out, I'd love it. Much
That's
obliged,
awesome.
friend.
That's awesome.
So each
That's a
of you
really
get
good power.
Shield.
Lovely.
Makes the party much more tanky.
Maybe the turning on the lights back there got rid of the skeletons.
Seems
Do y'all want to
like
poke around in this habitat, or are we content to let it lie?
But yeah, I can bop you back to the habitat if you want.
Lab.
Yeah, I think Morgana would want to head straight to the lab too.
Okay.
Okay.
According to Connor, the floor where you found him, or the floor where he was tortured, it's the same floor as the chem lab.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
And this is the floor where you found him and you saw signs that people had been tortured.
I like the strategy of keeping the tankiest in the back.
Yeah, that's going good.
So I find this door that we never opened, and I try to call the people,
Okay.
see if anyone can help me, or at least be with me while I open it.
Okay.
Oh shit!
And we'll pause right there because we're in combat.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Let's do this.
It's a great formation.
Yeah, interesting setup as always, you guys.
I mean,
Let's
I'm
see.
in the back. I'm fine.
So let me roll for the bad guys. You can pop out the initiative, the combat tracker, and roll your own initiative if you like. Okay. So the door opens, and Gavrilo, you see a strange sight. On the surface of it, it's a room with some tables and chairs. And then everything is covered in a fuzzy, fluffy-looking bright green moss. And the moment you open the door, 3 small creatures, 2.5, maybe 3 foot tall, that appear to be made out of fluffy green moss, but they're vaguely humanoid shaped, and they each have kind of different looking faces. All their faces just snap towards the door and look at you, and their eyes are sort of bright yellow snakish eyes, and they have a long red but also fluffy and leafy looking tongue that slips out of their mouths and sort of whips back and forth as they look at you, and they look like they're about to just run across the room at you. And indeed, this one, where are you, sir? Let me do this. Yeah. The middle one just screams, "Obalaka!" and sprints straight at you. And
that one dude from Crash Bandicoot?
yeah, pretty much. And as it runs at you, you see that it has a spear. Yep. And and it attacks you. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. I actually got to move him. The door controls are messing with me. All right. One sec. But the rest of you can start thinking about what you want to do. I think I need to recreate his attack. One moment. Sorry, guys. Why doesn't that roll? There it did. And he stabs Gavrilo for 4. I applied it. And
That's
Oh,
what you get for. That's what you get for putting indoors.
oh, looks like we double applied it. Sorry, Gavrilo. You can put it back. Skaith.
We're gonna double move and stare at this thing menacingly.
Okay. You have to double move?
Ah, yeah, I have a 20-foot move.
Slow poke.
Oh, game's paused. That's why I can't move.
Oh. Unpaused.
Okay. I menace the vegetable creature.
He looks menaced. The next vegetable creature says, and runs across the room to spear you. And yeah, I'm just going to leave him there. The door's messing with me. I don't know why that's goofing up. All right, I'll just roll it from here. Nope, probably not a connection. And
Nope.
then the other one. Last one runs at you and declares that you must die in his native language. And another 11. Wow. Good job, guys.
The one campaign I don't take Vegapigmy as a joke language.
You normally do?
Yeah, I normally take
Why would-
Vegapigmy just as a joke.
What? Okay. Yep, that
Man.
wouldn't have been a joke. We would be conversing right now. You might actually be able to diplome them. What a shame.
So I try to do a knowledge nature on them.
Okay. Ooh. You succeed. They are technically plants. But with a 14, that's just enough to know something really nefarious about them. They are grown from a particular type of moss or fungus infecting an organic creature, usually a mammal, eating away at it until the host creature dies. And then the fungus spreads and takes over their bodies and produces a sort of little embryo inside it that is vaguely shaped like the host and bursts out of the host, and they're somewhat sentient, but they will absolutely infect and eat pretty much any other living tissue.
Okay, do I have a sense that that mold on the ground is the same type of mold that could infect us?
It is probably related to them, yes, and it could infect you.
Okay, so I tell everyone, hey guys, be careful. This mold on the ground, we might get infected if we step in that room. And then I take a 5-foot step back and take one of my flasks, pour some of my magic in it, and lob it at the center of these plant beings.
Okay.
So maybe
Let
my
us
plan's working,
let us
but-
see it. What's that?
Yeah, I was trying to do the quick action button and it didn't work.
Yeah, my quick action bar is also not working. I don't understand.
Or like,
could
my
be a
token, I mean, but maybe.
could be a mod problem. Might just have to click the attack from your sheet or drag it to your hotbar.
Okay, and I try to exclude this guy. Ooh, 7.
Okay. 7 does not hit.
Okay, so 1d8, I believe.
Yep, I think you may be about to blast the only party member you've never hit with a bomb. Oh, wait, you haven't hit Morgana. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, you missed. And these guys will actually take some splash. Let's do their saves. Little bros. Boom. Oh, yeah. They're all about that half damage life.
Hopefully, fire is more effective on them.
Mm-mm. No
No?
vulnerabilities.
Actually invulnerable to all damage.
They're very resistant to certain types, yeah. They don't have any vulnerabilities that you know of, though. You do know, with your 14 knowledge of nature, that they're immune to electricity.
Okay.
Okay. So that's Gavrillo.
A couple steps back.
McInnes.
All right. Looks like there's one that's not in melee, so
Uh-huh.
I'll take a shot at that against touch.
This would be a different party when everybody has precise shot.
Point
Yeah,
blank.
I forgot about that. My mid score was even worse.
Taking precise shot. You're funny.
Surely someone will. That's a hit, McGinnis. Very good. It is not a robot, so you don't get that, but everything else works.
I'll just throw the up close and deadly on now that I kind of know how that works. So
Okay. So that's an
for a
extra.
crit, 1d6.
Okay.
Eh. And then yeah, reloads.
Yeah, it looks like either a Foundry update or a mod patch has broken all of the token quick buttons, which is super irritating. I love the quick bar. I'll have to fix that later. But for now, you can drag your attacks onto your button bar at the bottom and activate them from there. That'd be easier. Just make sure you drag the little black dagger part. That's the trigger. Nomcath, what do you think of this situation? It's a lovely scene.
Well, I had an idea, but then our alchemist friend said, don't go in the room with all the mold.
Okay, but are you gonna believe him?
She has a good point. I am pretty suspicious.
He might be a technically spy for all we know.
True. That son of a bitch. You just never know. All we know is someone is definitely a technically spy.
Alright, so this is what I'm going to do then. Do I technically have enough room to stand there and fight?
Kinda. You can't really see him. He's small and around the corner from you.
Oh, so I can't see him?
Yeah, he's definitely on the other
damn.
side of a wall from you.
Alright. Crap. That kills that idea then. I will have to...
We could try to all back up and get him into the hallway, perhaps.
I basically step back and draw my daggers.
Okay.
So that's basically all I'm going to do this time because there's nothing I can do with and not get in that room. So
Okay. Tokala, looks like your turn.
Perfect. All right. So I'm gonna drink down that concoction I got, and then
Cool.
how many attacks would I take if I try to get to behind? Well, I think probably behind him would be better.
I mean, that provoked pretty much 3 times. They're holding the doorway, and they have spears, which, even though they're small, allows them a full 5-foot reach. So,
Great, I'll do it.
okay.
Run to there.
Well, in that case,
I'm gonna laugh if you go down.
Yeah.
You want to do acrobatics to
You
try
got
and
plus
avoid
4
that?
to your AC at least.
Yeah, you can try to do acrobatics.
So that one should hit. But it's only 1 damage.
Yeah. Looks like, what's your armor class?
Oh, let me look real quick.
You got plus 4 from the
Looks like
shield.
it's
Here.
15. Do we have the shield on?
Yeah, he drank that.
Did he?
19.
I said
Yeah,
right
you did
before I ran.
ran in.
Yep.
Okay.
So
So this is a miss, a hit, and a hit. Do you have enough action left to swing, or did you drink that potion this turn?
I drink the potion.
Morgana?
Just based off of like this so far, do they look like very hurt?
Well, this one over here is, yeah, for some reason. I think maybe I applied the wrong damage to him. No, I don't think he's been hit.
I think I did 6 to that one.
Yeah, McGinnis shot him. So yeah, they're slightly wounded.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to start wasting spells just yet. So pulls out crossbow, fire shot at this, the hurt one. It's not letting me.
All right.
Anyways, that one. Yep. I do not have any feats that help at all. That's my turn.
Okay. Skaith, make me a perception check.
Can do. My human eyes. Well, it's 21 at least.
Pretty good. You are not surprised as the door next to you opens and you look downwards and there is a tiny Vegapygmy who looks absolutely ripped and has little multicolored Vegapygmy dreadlocks, and he's wielding a very shiny, almost glowing silver hammer, and he's just sprinting down the hall at you going, and he attacks.
Time for a hammer duel.
Sounds like it's hammer time.
You beat me
And
to it.
for those of you who are quick enough to see it in swinging, his hammer has a symbol of Bry on it. And he comes in and misses Skaith.
That's a big damage.
Yeah, he misses and hits like the wall, and you see like a ding mark on the wall. And these walls are pretty
Dang.
tough. He looks tiny but immensely powerful for his size. Very different from the other Vegapygmies. All right, but it is their turn. So it's time. This one shifts back here and says some gibberish at Tokala. And then Skaith's turn.
We're going to slam jam Beefy McVegetable over here. I might be slightly sleep deprived, y'all.
Beefy
Words are hard.
McVegetable. Okay.
Is that a soup flavor
It's about to be soup.
from McDonald's?
Yeah, from McDonald's.
Okay, hold on. Not. Let me
I
refresh.
wouldn't eat any soup from McDonald's.
Especially
like,
a beefy McVegetable.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a menu item I would never dare. Try our Beefy McVegetable. I'm loving diarrhea. Okay.
Yeah. It just looks like everything's broken. Okay, cool.
Click it from your sheet or drag it to your bar and it'll work.
Yeah. No.
Sorry. I'll talk to the token mod guys after this.
Slap.
It's literally one of the most
Sledge.
handy mods.
Can
Okay.
we sledge?
Ooh!
Roll to sledge.
He gets sledged. He dislikes very much. You just like hammer into him. You bring down the hammer and deliver what should have been a death blow, would have been a death blow for those robots, and he like catches it with the hammer partly and just glares up at you. Oh.
Hammer duel.
Vig.
I believe in you. I think that you can kill Pecoric.
Skate.
All of a sudden, all the Vegapigmies turn to Morgana.
Yeah.
Skate, take 2.
Oh no.
And then this one 5-foot hops down here and it has flank on Gavrilo. Or Tokala. Ready? Doesn't matter because rolled bad. Now it's Gavrilo's turn. Look what a fun area you found, Gavrilo. It's like a little theme park.
Definitely. Let's see. Can I hit that guy in front of me in the doorway? Can I see him?
With a focus bomb? Or what are you shooting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's actually in this square. I have him where he is because otherwise he's hard to click on underneath the door.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, see? Tough to click on it.
Yeah, whoops.
Okay. Ooh.
And -4 because he's in melee, I guess.
Okay.
I don't have.
Then -4, that will miss.
On touch.
You're right.
Yeah. Mostly because I don't want to get blown the fuck up.
Oh shit. On touch, you exactly hit. Thank you for reminding me. Almost gotcha. You watch that one go right past your face, Skaith. He will take the damage. And he falls backward into the doorway.
Oh, that wasn't a hammer, that was a bomb. Hammer duel failed.
Yeah,
And
you
then I
interrupted the
will
hammer duel.
take a step back.
A couple steps back.
Just like McGinnis's hype track. Hype tracks are available for anyone who wants one. Just let me know what you want.
All right, I'll step 5 and blast that same guy that I hit earlier.
Get him. Their armor class is still pretty good because they're small. That's where most of it comes from. You missed.
Even the touch.
No, you're right. I'm being dumb. Still being dumb about touch. No, their AC is only 14 to touch, so you're good. You got him.
Oh wait, but he's in melee.
No. Well, yeah, he technically is with Skaith. Yeah, so you're -4. So you have 11 touch, and it still misses. All right. Nomcath, what you think? Pretty kind of a mess down there.
Yeah, so
I can clear out the templates.
Since plan 1 did not go as planned and plan 2 failed as well, I will go on to plan 3.
Yay.
I am moving forward.
Yeah.
And then I am feigning.
Okay.
So I believe that's just a bluff roll, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You want to feint him?
Mm-hmm. And I get a +1, so that's a 17.
That's pretty good. 10 plus the opponent's base attack and wisdom modifier. Well, I imagine that is probably trash. Their base attack and wisdom is... Yeah, what you have to beat is a 13. And you did. So he is flat-footed to you till next turn?
Exactly, which means sneak attack!
Okay. Tokala. Lovely situation you found down here.
Oh, I'm fine. I was gonna try to get in position to help with flanking, but little bastard's moving around. I guess I'll take a 5-foot step to there, and then swing on that that fella right beneath me.
All right. Yeah. Click it from the sheet or
I guess
drag.
the token.
Click it from the sheet or drag it to
once-
your bar.
Yeah.
It'll work.
Okay.
I'll fix it later.
I just noticed you renamed the token.
What?
You
Oh, he didn't.
renamed the token.
Yeah, he did. He didn't get to attack. Otherwise, you would have experienced this. I don't know. That's still rolling off that, but yeah. Okay. Earthbreaker 24. Who's your target? Though this guy right here. I'm sure it's your target.
Yeah, guy right beneath me.
Well, bam! He looks super hurt, but he is still on his little tiny feet. Somehow he took that amazing hit. Yeah. This is what you could have experienced. No, it still didn't change it. Oh well. Foundry, you're so fun. Let's see. Yeah. Beefy McVegetable Yo Ass does not get a turn. Morgana.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move action, reload crossbow, standard action. I'm gonna shoot a shot at Larry the Cucumber.
Okay.
The -4.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's my
That
turn.
that will miss. Veg pygmy time. Give me some of that Tokala. Nope. Skate. Perception
I
check.
guess we continue. What?
Perception check,
Oh.
please.
Another perception check.
Yeah.
Okay. Go to my skills real quick.
Oh, we gotta set you up with some buttons.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a nice and 10.
You don't see it.
Cool.
What do you do on your turn?
I'm going to thump the vegetable in front of me.
Get him. Thump that veggie.
That one.
Explode that watermelon, Gallagher. No one will get that joke.
Vegetable
Oh.
thump.
Well, bam.
I think she did.
Bye, Larry.
That one actually dies. That's enough damage to kill it. And it is a dead. Why didn't that? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Get it. Put the defeated sticker on him. And the other veg pygmy attacks the Skaith. No. And this little man attacks the Tokala. No. Gabriel.
I'll just take a step over to the left. And, oh, is that stealth roll?
Who knows?
And, I'm gonna shoot a bow at this guy. -4.
If he's in melee, that probably misses.
Yeah.
Their physical AC is very good because they're small. My goodness.
A couple steps back.
Goodness AFK?
Sorry.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah, sorry. So there was a big bad guy in that room, and he kind of disappeared.
He fell backwards on the ground. No one has a clear line of sight to him except the person who's rolled a 10 perception.
Okay.
It looked
She's
like
gonna-
she. It looks like she. It looked like she. He crushed him.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Okay. Then I will shoot that dirty SOB that I've been trying to kill here for a little while.
Okay. -4 for melee. Yeah. Okay.
Well, now that I have successfully feigned him,
He is flat-footed to you for just another nanosecond.
and I have pulled both my daggers since I've had the multiple rounds to do it.
Okay.
Hold on, wrong sheet.
Just don't roll a 1.
Ooh.
Double dagger attack.
You hit the first time, and your sneak attack damage. 5 more. You drop him. Good shot.
Shing!
Nice.
Well, you guys watch Nomcath run down the hall, sort of slide into position, and pretend like he was going to jump to the left, and instead he slipped to the right, and the Vigipygmy sort of turned his back, and he just jammed the dagger into its, where it would be its spine. And then Nomcath instantly realized that it's a plant. Very weird to crit it, but he still managed to do it. Or sneak attack and crits. You just
You
sort
take
of...
something's head off, it goes down.
Well, you actually, once you stabbed into it, you realized it was probably just best to cut it in as many pieces as possible, so you just sort of cut it in two.
Ginsued.
Yep. That's quickest.
That
call
works for me.
Let's see if I can hit this one a little harder than the last one. One right beneath me here.
Okay. Give him the
See
good
if
stuff.
I can finish this.
Boom. He's down. That is too much. You splat him, and he just sort of lays there. And unfortunately, then, you guys see a tiny little form jump out from the side of the doorway and slam that metal hammer into Skaith, or attempt to. Ooh.
Oof.
Yeah, that'll connect.
The hammer duel continues. Bam! He jumps in and slams it in the side of Skaith's leg and goes, "Uttira!"
Did it twice. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Put that
That's
back on. Yeah. Beefy McVegetable got her. Got him. Morgana.
Morgana is going to sigh, reach out with her hand, and go, "Oh, she should have quit while you're ahead. Let us end this." And she's gonna acid splash.
Oh, shit. Oh, that will miss.
Yep.
His touch AC is same as theirs, 14. Okay. Vigipygmies are down and not moving. Gavrilo. This little bastard just won't die.
With the
Oh.
bow and arrow there.
I think you skipped Scathe.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
did we? Oh, right, because it's in the middle of the...
Yep.
Brr, 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 brr. There we go.
It's cool. Just gonna thump it. That's all I want to do is just thump. And I miss.
That would be a miss. Gavrilo.
I
Ooh.
shoot at there's a -4 for precise shot.
That will miss. Just barely. He has a 17 AC. My goodness.
A couple steps back.
Here we go. Blasting away. Click, click.
Touch AC -4. It's a 13. Misses.
All right, I'm gonna throw on the up close and deadly because I'll get half, and maybe that's just enough.
Oh, you get half damage?
Yeah, even on a miss.
Okay.
Got to use up grit though.
Okay. He drops again. Ugh.
I would get half on the 5.
Oh, on the 5?
Just on the 1d6, I get half on that if I missed.
Well, he drops to one knee and makes that same noise. Nomcat.
All right, so acrobatics roll. That's probably not enough to get behind him, is it?
No, his CMD is strangely good for a little tiny shit. Yeah. No, you try to tumble past him and he just puts out the hammer.
Fine, we'll do this the hard way.
I don't think you quite failed enough to provoke, so you just didn't get there. That was your move. Do you want to take a single stab?
Oops. Yeah, I did the double without meaning to, but
That's okay. The first attack's
think
a
the first
20.
one-
You can keep it.
Unfortunately, I don't get sneak attack damage on that.
Well, that's all right. You pretty effective. He stopped you from tumbling through, and you just cut his arm off, and the hammer drops to the ground. And he goes, "Ah!" and falls back on the ground. Let's see, where are you at now? And you see him lay there. And let's see, these guys down, down, down. Yep, you're out of combat.
Kind of shake the sap off of the daggers before they disappear. Just kind of look back at McGinnis, do a little instant shrug. Got tired of the damn bow.
Morgana's just gonna give his corpse a little acid splash for good measure, up close.
You noticed as you came up that the wounds were slightly closing. You notice that he actually has a tiny belt on, and around his back are several normal-sized potions stuck to it. And his body with the arms separated, but his torso starts kind of writhing in place, and it almost looks like he's breathing hard, but you're pretty sure it's not. And his chest starts sort of swelling up like a balloon, steadily.
I'm
moving back.
You know what? Good idea to move.
I'm gonna try to grab the belt. Did anyone grab it?
Yeah, that's a good call.
Good luck.
I'm gonna try to grab the belt.
Roll a dex check.
Not my thing.
Can I aid Takala?
Roll a dex check just to see how quickly you do it. You'll definitely get it. But if you roll a higher dex check, you'll get it very quickly and efficiently.
Can we just close the door and leave Takala on the other side?
Is there a way I can aid him?
Yeah, if you stay. If you bring your token back in position next to the writhing enemy. Okay. Oh, shit. Let's see what the Gavrilo aid is, but...
I do a deck.
So what's your backup character like?
I'll be fine.
Oh, boy. That does give him +2. You guys are fussing with the belt. No, it's over here. No, it's a deck. No, class from the other direction. This isn't even a belt. I don't know why he's wearing it. You guys, you hear them fighting about it, and then you hear clink shh as they pull it off of him, and they fucking cheese it down the hall and get about here before the explosion happens, and it hits him in the back. The explosion is actually not force or fire or anything. It is a spore cloud.
Oh, shit.
And you will need to make a DC 15 fort save.
Oh, you guys are gonna get xenomorphed.
I should have probably given
It's
that
fluoromorphed.
mold. It's probably a really dumb move.
That's... Jeez.
Oh, that's your backup.
No way! No! Wow.
Next week,
Wow.
two new people come to join the party.
Good lord.
Look at these two new adventurers we found.
Fucking... All right, well, these...
Man.
You guys watch these two assholes make a 80s buddy cop drama moment as they struggle to take the belt off this, turn and go, run! And they take 2 steps and the explosion of gas hits them both in the back and they just... They're definitely inhaling shitloads of it.
Oh, shit.
You
It's a
don't happen to have
giant
like a gust of
Morgana.
wind type spell?
Morgana, straight face, closes the door.
Oh, okay, well, never
man.
mind.
Tough
So I
but
open and I
fair.
rush towards you guys.
It
And
was
I
the
cling to
spy.
Morgana, begging her to use the wand on me. And I just chase after her.
Morgana is gonna like look away, reach as far as she can with like one hand and just tap. Stay far away as possible. 6 feet, please.
I got. I got.
It's
the
a
bell.
little more serious than that. Just standing there for one round, you each take 2 points of con damage, and you guys can see little sprouts and vines growing out of the corners of their mouth and out of their nostrils and out of the sides of their eyes.
Oh, so you guys are dead.
Do we
I'm
need to
gonna
go back
take
to
my
town?
con mutagen to balance out that initial 2 points.
And next round, you can each make a fort save again.
I do need a touch of that wand, but
Sure, here you go.
well,
Bonk.
well,
It's another fort save, you
plan.
said?
Yeah. That's another fail. 2 more points of con.
Ooh.
Also another fail. 2 more points of con.
Fort saves are going down too with that.
Yeah.
Does
Well, we
anyone
gotta
have
help these guys.
Does anyone have knowledge nature?
Nope.
I do.
Nope.
The party's about to lose all of its.
I got it. So I know what's wrong with me, hopefully.
You are infected with obviously some kind of fast growing mold spore that will kill you and turn you into one of those little creatures. Or it won't turn you into one, it'll eat your body and produce one. But with your sudden insight, you think if it's a mold, it probably hates sunlight. And in the habitat, which is about 100 or so foot run to the hall, down the hall to your west, there is artificial sunlight that seems pretty real.
Okay, yeah, I'll sprint there.
You tell me.
You
Yeah,
can't
definitely
use
stealth
you
to
can't
cover.
use the run action. So how many rounds of double moving is it for you each?
So I have 30 movement speed, so you said it's about 100 and what?
It's right. We'll call it 100. It's a little more than that. But
Okay,
we'll
so
call it
2
that.
rounds for me then?
Yeah. So we need fort saves the next round as you're sprinting down the hall, having no time to explain this to your party. They just run. They just sprint to the west. Gavrilo like grabs Tokala's arm and goes, "Run to the sun."
Natural 20, baby.
Tokala, that's 1 save made. Let's see.
So I'm at 5 con now, I believe.
Yeah.
If I take another 2.
Gavrilo, you do take another 2, and you're still running. Tokala, you don't take con damage this round. And you start pulling the vines out of your mouth and eyes and ears, nose, and just ripping them out of your face everywhere you can. And
Meganus, do you think we should just put them out of their misery?
the next round, very important save for Gavrilo. Getting kind of close here. Success. You do not take con damage this round. And you start to remove the vines from your face. Tokala, you're in good shape. You guys burst into the habitat area and run down the hall past where the undead thing was. Luckily, it is not there anymore. And, whoops. Clear this. Move you guys over here. I'll just bring the whole party so we're all together. And they run out into the sunlight over here. Oh, we don't need to move the dead guy. You can go back there. 2, 3, 4, 5,
Think-
6. And
Hey.
in the sunlight, they start pulling these vines and spitting them out and coughing, and they're making the most vile coughing noises you've ever heard. It sounds like they have severe pneumonia. They're just coughing up what should have been just phlegm balls, but are actually like green vine growths that had already formed and reaching down into their lungs, and they're just pulling it out. They're throwing up. They're pulling vines out of their eyes and ears. It's pretty gross. But the light in here seems to be very harmful to the mold, and it sort of turns black and almost looks like it's being burned slowly by fire.
All right. So what did we
Did you
learn?
get the belt?
And he holds it up in his hand. Got it.
Excellent. And say, Morgana, what is
Mor-
it? Can you tell?
I don't know if that
let
was
me-
worth it.
I can take a look at it. Motions for the belt.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and hand it over.
I guess I have to
Alright.
look up too. I'll try to detect on it.
I want to go back for that hammer because that thing hit me almost as hard as I hit things. I feel like
Mhm.
that can't have just been that little dude swinging it hurt that bad.
He looked pretty shredded. On this belt, first of all, this belt, the buckle has the symbol of Bry on it, and the belt is 3 times too long for him. Like he had it, tightened, like
Like a
wrapped around
bandolier.
his waist twice. And the potions that are still on it, it's missing. It has 3 that he's clearly used. And the remaining 3 are 2 infernal healing potions and 2 pro evil. Or 1 pro evil, 2 infernal healing. Whose sheet should I put those on?
Is
Infernal
the belt
healing
itself
and what?
not magical?
The belt is not magical now.
So it's 2 infernal healing and 1 what?
Pro evil.
Protection from evil?
Uh,
All right, McGinnis. We'll catch you next time, buddy. We're going to quit in a second anyway.
see ya.
We're just going to finish looking around this area and then quit.
What does infernal healing do again?
Heals you 1 hit
It's
point
like
a round for 10 rounds. You think you might have drank one before the fight?
Well, totally worth it, right, Takala?
Totally. I'm keeping the belt.
Can I
Just
like
a trophy.
can I pull my my coat around my mouth and nose and go get the hammer?
You come back and it looks like the cloud that exploded is now just sort of a sticky film on the floor and on the walls. It's not
Okay.
sitting in the air.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so I'm at 5 con. Luckily, I have my mutagen, so I'm at only 9 right now. But when that wears out, I'm going to be extremely weak. Or frail, I guess.
Grab the hammer. Can somebody clean this?
Do we have a prestidigitate studied?
I do.
Oh God! Don't start the mask shit.
Uh,
Oh my God! Should make Gabriello and Tocala wear the mask since they're infected. Dirty birds. Okay, you clean the hammer, and the hammer is definitely a hammer of Bry, like a religious symbol of
check magic.
Bry. Yeah, it radiates a little bit of magic.
Yeah. Morgana will spend some time, if Skate's okay with me handling it for a
Mhm.
moment, to try
Yeah,
and
go for
identify it.
That's fine. I've got my own weapons. It just seems really shiny.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if can you guys pass items back and forth. I don't think we have a way to do that in Foundry, do we?
No, not an easy one.
Not an easy one. Okay. Well, it is let's see, it's technically a light hammer. So it does 1d6. It does triple on a crit. It is +1 magical. And according to your spellcasters, it is such a finely made implement that it also works great as a tool. It also functions as masterwork smithing tools for any craft or profession that is related to blacksmithing or even gunsmithing, stuff like that. It has a rune on the side in Androphen. On one side, it has a symbol of Brian. On the other, it has in Androphen, it says a rune that says lasting quality.
That's a fancy weapon.
And it has some other enchantment on it that Morgana believes is related to strengthening items that are crafted with it. I think that any item that has to be hammered out, weapons usually, parts of armor, crafted with this hammer would have its hardness increased by 5.
Ooh.
And Skaith will notice that due to the construction of the hammer being so superior and the materials used so strong, this hammer is nearly indestructible. It has a hardness of 20 and 90 HP. It's just about unbreakable for an item in Pathfinder.
Dang.
It would take a hell of a thunder artist to break it. And you can roll a perception roll, Skaith. Your third one in that same square.
Woo!
Long history of success here. Last time she managed to get ambushed by a tiny, angry midget.
Are we gonna see like a tomato
Yeah.
rolling down at us?
Or-
His body is like gone. Part of his head is there. And
Okay.
there is a shiny object in the mush.
I mean, I'm wearing gauntlets. Let's
Okay.
get my coat as a mask and just kind of like see what's going on in there.
Well, you pick up a tiny purple ring with a little purple stone in it. Kind of a bluish purple.
I suppose this belonged to whoever this used to be.
Who wants the hammer on their sheet?
I like it, but I don't need it.
To a
I
craftsman?
mean, later on when I'm crafting magic items, I could probably use it because I can make armor later.
Just give me somewhere to put it for now. We can change it
That's
later.
how I don't need it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So who?
Morgana.
Okay.
Yep, because I'm the crafter. Because I'm taking literally every single item creation feat that I can. Even these.
It's on your sheet.
Okay,
Awesome.
craft puppet.
I was thinking about it. My universalist school, I get extra ones.
Nice.
So the ring radiates minor magic also.
Morgana sighs, holds out her hand to identify.
Yep. Hand it over. Oh, you
Okay.
clean it. You should probably clean it first.
Yeah, prestidigitation.
Yep, we'll
I'm actually,
prestidigitate again.
just to be safe on this one, because I'm worried about not succeeding, I'm going to go ahead and use the scroll of identify that I have to go
All
ahead
right.
and give myself a plus.
Okay.
So this plus 10. What?
Whoa. Nope. Well, skills don't
I'll
auto
go ahead
fail.
and do one.
Yeah, it's still a 21.
It's still a 21. You did it. Good thing you used the scroll.
I'm really glad I used that scroll.
It is a ring of swimming. Wearing it grants you a +5 on swim checks.
It's completely non-magical. I better hold on to it.
So can I tell that it's magical?
Do you have the ability to detect magic?
Oh no.
No.
Wait, so
You can't tell.
Spellcraft can't do it. unless
Well,
I
you
have
can
it.
tell
Yeah.
Morgana's being super suspicious, but she might
Oh,
just be a
Morgana can't
technically
lie.
spy.
Like literally.
She has
like
no ability to lie.
I can barely lie. I have like a thing for that actually.
Yep. Minus 4 cents motive. Derp.
It'll help
Yeah.
people swim better. So whoever
Who
sucks at swimming most.
who gets the ring of swimming?
I think the big guy.
Me?
You
No.
have all embarrassed yourselves at swim checks
Oh,
at some
we
point.
all
Namkath the least because he's been there. He has been here long.
I definitely have a -2.
go for it. Wear it.
I don't want to take all the items.
No, that's fine.
I have my belt.
Okay, I'll put it in
Yeah, it's
Morgana's
pretty
inventory
cool.
for now. I think it's actually equipped, so if you look at your swim skill, it should affect it.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Yep, you have a 3 swimming now.
It's
Congrats.
positive. I could cry.
Okay. We gotta quit soon, but you guys are close to the chem lab, and I don't think anyone will die there. Minor spoilers.
Okay.
You want to look at
To
it?
the chem lab.
Okay. Where do you think
I
it
gotta get
is?
going soon.
Okay. We're going to quit imminently. Well, the chem lab
Yep.
mainly concerns you, so maybe we should wait.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
that sounds good.
so I'm gonna be out of town next week.
Okay.
So,
How
maybe
soon you
I
got to
should
go? You
look
got
at
2
it
minutes?
now.
You got 1 minute? We need to quit now?
It's fine. I can check it out now then. If it,
Okay.
forgot about
I'll
that.
expedite this just because I want you guys to have time to think about it.
Uh-huh.
But this is the chem lab. You walked right by it several times. And on the table, Morgana will be able to identify spilled nanite ooze.
Mhm.
Ew. And there's several in this room. And then on the south side of the room is a safe that Morgana can, for some reason, there's a readout on the safe that if you can read Androphen, it shows you the contents of it. It's even glass and you can see the vials and various things inside it, but you can't open it until you defeat the security system. So that means the E-lock or going into cyberspace, which you don't have time for.
Yep.
We'll do that next time.
But it says what's inside of it. Is it
Yep.
nanite be gone?
Inside, Morgana sees on the manifest is written nanite ooze black, nanite ooze blue, potion air bubble, potion grease, nanite canister, and potion protection from evil.
Cool.
Cool.
So
We
that's
don't know
all
what the
in a
nanite
vault.
is yet.
hmm And this room, Gavrilo will instantly say, anybody who does craft alchemy in this room gets +5 because it's superior masterwork level tools for anything related to that.
Okay. Cool.
This room is he's
Maybe
never
next
seen a
session
room this
we'll just
advanced.
hang out. Maybe next session I'll just say he hangs out in this room and crafts stuff when it's
Mhm.
low count
Yeah.
while they adventure.
This room, like he has knowledge engineering a little bit, right?
No.
This room makes him start to think that he should take it because
It's pretty fun.
there's machines in here that he would use craft alchemy and get +5 on, but knowledge engineering in this room, if he knew how to use the machines, he could actually speed up the production of potions.
Nice.
So if he wanted to like make a potion of haste,
because I'm a grenadier, but I could do or brew potion. I don't have, but I can make alchemical items still, I guess. Cool.
Yeah, I'll be picking up brew potion.
All right. Well, we'll pause there. Good session, everybody. I love the back-to-back natural 1 fort saves. That's legendary. You guys had a 1 in 400 chance of failing that hard, and you made it happen. Proud of you.
Thanks.
MVPs of the night.
Way to almost turn into chest-bursting aliens. Cool.
I'm kind of disappointed you didn't.
Oh, Gavrilo
What
was
time?
somewhat close. I actually
Next
didn't know
time.
how you were going to solve it until you rolled a really good knowledge nature check, and I remembered that there was sunlight 100 feet away. Synthetic sunlight, but it counts.
Nice. Yeah, so thanks, guys. And like I said, I won't be in town next week, so
Okay.
feel free to go ahead without me.
Yeah,
All
if we get 4 or 5, we might do some stuff. If we don't get at least that many, then I'll postpone. But totally
Sounds good.
fine, and thank you for warning us. That's cool.
Have a good one.
All right, guys.
Take
Had
y'all
fun.
in.
See you
Good
next
night.
week.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye, guys.